Oh, I need to set up a player as
Hello.
a Callum player.
We got Callum. I'm so happy that you're joining.
You're just lucky that I was able to get through to Green Flag, and then I was able to get in touch with John Lewis, and I'm just like, right, I'm done adulting. I'm grumpy.
Nice. Yes, there you go. That's the spirit. Need an escape, and we're gonna kill a bunch of people.
Yes.
Link will be the
That's,
same Callum. I've given a player the name Monstro Griffin God. That'll be a... So although, like I said, although you have your individual monster character sheets, unless you get a mutation that allow you to split up into multiple beings, you are just like one monster at the beginning. And that is the character sheet called the monster.
Nice.
But you can roll dice from any of the sheets, and it's all the same anyway.
What's the password again?
so we're using the character sheet called the monster, not
yes.
Yeah.
Monstro.
Until you get a mutation that let you split up into multiple entities, and then you can do it that way if you want.
Okie dokie.
Oh, cool! It's Spore.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, check out the intro screen. It's so cool." And it's awesome. Legitimately love it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, there is a macro on the sheet that's a button. You just press that when you roll dice. The dice roll, basically, it rolls the dice. By default, you add one for like mutation, or if you've got an advantage. If you add difficulty, it'll subtract the dice from the dice pool, and it'll roll it and just calculate the result based on the highest dice result. And put it into chat. And it's
So
as
basically
easy as
just
that.
Click the check marks.
Yes. Everything.
As they apply.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark's a big fan of very simple rules.
Straightforward.
Roleplay
Yeah.
heavy, rules light.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, I'm only going to make you roll if the risk is kind of there. But you are going to be... the description on your monster sheet that
So
kind of
it's
gives the premise.
just the monster that we're not going for
At the
monstro.
start, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Not until we are able to split up. So we're just gonna be a monster with multiple
Yeah,
personalities.
there's like a list on the monster sheet that describes basically how you start off. So I'm thinking you start off and you've got about the mass or volume of like the human insides put into a bucket. And
Nice.
you're going to be basically like a kind of muscle tissue to begin with, so you can feel, you can sense things around you that way, like temperature and such, but you haven't evolved eyes or ears or anything like that. You guys can decide on your backstory if you're like an alien specimen, or if you're created in a lab, or the result of a ritual, or whatever you want. But at the start here, the humans have you and keeping you as a sample. Now, because you have intelligence, even though they've been like chopping bits off you and burning you and freezing you and, you know, all these kind of experiments, you've managed to stay inert. You've not shown any sign of like intelligence so far. And as far as you're aware, they're just keeping you in this kind of like a plastic box. As you know, those kind of Tupperware sandwich boxes where the lid sort of like has latches on it that snaps over to keep it shut. So you're aware that there's a kind of click-clunk as they like seal it and open it to like test you every day.
Yeah.
Let's just take us to the lab.
You know, the thing is, right, I don't mean to... There's a Netflix, like, Love, Death, Robots, and there's one of them that features yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that.
I mean, there's sound here, but you can't really hear yet. The screen should be black for you because you don't have eyes or anything.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, you've kind of got used to the routine of click-clunk, click-clunk. They take your box out, you can feel it being lifted, placed on a surface. The experiments happen during this shift, and you can feel like the vibrations and the heat of the humans around you. And then after a few hours, you'll get sealed up again and put back on the shelf, presumably until the next day. And you've kind of got used to this routine, engaged how long this kind of happens for normally. But today, the experiments happen, the humans mostly leave, but you're still lying out. They haven't put your tub away yet. They haven't sealed it properly yet. And as far as you can tell, there's like the heat or the vibration of another human, you know, just sitting at the desk with you in front of them. And the day is getting later, so presumably this person has stayed to work on something, and you're kind of just like sitting in front of them at that point in time.
Out of curiosity, have we been able to move for the time that we've been in it?
You could have moved at any point you wanted to, yes.
But we haven't moved yet.
You've chosen to remain inert just in case they're watching,
Okay.
because you don't want to give the game away, so to speak.
Cool. I just wanted to know if
so-
they knew that we could move or not.
No, as far as you're aware, they have no idea about what you actually are and what you can actually do.
Can
Nice.
I roll a dice to see whether there's anyone there, like around the sort of vicinity?
You definitely know from the vibration, it's like a steady vibration on the surface that your container is sat on that you can feel. And you can also kind of feel the breath or the body heat from the person at regular intervals in front of you. So you know there's one person in this room with you.
I have an idea of our backstory, potentially, just to give it
Sure.
out, throw it out there.
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
We're an experiment for vegan meat.
Ah, you fucker, that's my fucking backstory. I literally just posted that.
You did? I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't mean.
A great minds think alike.
Ah, okay.
For the synthetic clone meat that the vegans are trying to make.
There we go. All right, fair enough. I apologize. I didn't know Swindle.
That's just fucking amazing.
I thought you were literally doing that just to take the piss out of him.
No.
Even better.
Sure, okay, yeah. So they have no reason to think you're dangerous whatsoever now. But it's up to you if you have this opportunity. So do you want to lie and wait longer to see what happens, or do you want to make a move now?
I say we could experiment with a little movement.
I think we should like
so.
flop over and then see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so not prod or stretch or test anything, just full on shift your body weight and flip the container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
And then-
thinking just more like we just move ourselves and then see if anything happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so the person's
Just-
sitting there
yeah.
in front of you in whatever state they're in, and then your like little inert self is in this container, and then it's just a kind of quiver across your surface, blub blub, blub blub, and then like the corner of your being just kind of like stretches up a little more and touches the edge of the container, and just like nudges it, and you can feel this side of the container, the latch has not been sealed.
Is there any change in the vibration and warmth of the being
No,
next
it
to
seems
us?
it seems very regular, and it has been for at least the last 30 minutes or so.
Okay, we can push this a little bit more. Probably make an attempt to push the lid open.
You reach up, and although you don't know the name of the material, we will call this material plastic, which your container is made of. And you nudge yourself, or one end of yourself, against the side, and you can feel it kind of like push upwards as you apply pressure to it.
I'm gonna make my
Time
move.
to
Maybe
taste freedom.
Laura, what were you going to say?
I make my move.
Which is?
Which is I'm going to devour the person that's
Just straight out there. Just
I'm
go
just
straight for it.
Okay, so you want to
Just barely
straight
flopped out of our
flop out.
container.
Now, when you move at the moment, you move at like a walking pace, so you do not move very fast. But you want to just go straight out and just make your way towards them.
Yeah, but it's called because it's a really good success doesn't mean that they're gonna scream.
Well, I'm going to make you roll it again because you don't get to roll and then tell me what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, can I
I
wait for
don't
it
know. I don't know.
You
if
played
I'm
games
gonna
before,
do
what are you
that
doing?
then. Kind of like. I want to try to escape. I think that's what.
What were you trying to say,
yeah.
Rude?
I was going to
Sorry.
say it's time to feel warmth. We should go for the
Yeah.
person. The warm body.
Yeah. So, okay, but I mean, that will. You
That was deliciously creepy. I liked that.
You move over towards the direction of the person, the heat, the breath. The container, as your body weight shifts, kind of flips up on its side, and the lid just falls away. You feel the cold, circulated air of the laboratory against your flesh. And then you can feel the warm carbon dioxide being breathed out at regular intervals from the person directly in front of you. They can't be more than 8 or 12 inches away.
Oh yeah, definitely go for that heat
The
source.
cold is bad. Go for the warmth. Let it
Yeah.
pop it.
Okay, so now someone can roll 1 dice for me. Or make a roll for me, rather.
What modifiers?
You can have advantage because the person is asleep.
Oh, this
Oh
poor
my
fucker.
goodness.
Oh no.
We
Sure.
are the blob.
You
We are the
make
blob.
your way over slowly, and you
Yeah,
come across
people.
like the fingers of the person laying on the desk. And as you're kind of like touching that, you start to like suckle and digest. Now it'll take you about 8 hours to fully digest a human because you're at this size.
we will cover him like a blanket and enjoy the warmth.
You start stretching out along their arm, and it's going well for a time. But at one point, the person just like wakes, raises their arm up, clutching it in front of them, and just like screams at the top of their lungs. You can feel the vibration kind of right through their body as they do so. What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't think we like the loud noises. I want to go
No,
for the
we want
source
to-
of the sound.
Yeah, silence the
You
noise. The
wanna-
noise is annoying.
Yeah.
Since you're already on them, you don't. Well,
Oh shit.
never mind.
Bad.
You go to stretch along the arm up the shoulder towards the sound of the vibration, the mouth or the thing. And as you stretch along there, the person tries to grab you with their other hand and start pulling you off of their body. And they manage to like pull you off, so they're now holding you in their right hand.
They're
My bad,
still
that was a
being
misclick.
noisy. They're still being so noisy. Let's stop it.
Yeah.
We'll stop at how.
Uh,
I mean, they are holding you. You could just turn around and start swallowing that hand if you
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah,
Just might as
we're
well.
moving our way to the noise, taking in any warmth we can while doing so. So, who wants to make that roll?
You make the roll. There we go. Okay, so do you want to go for their hand, or you want to just like drop onto their face?
If it sounds like the noisiness is coming from beneath us, yeah, we're just going to drop right on their face.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's just we're going along their arm.
Sure. You start to dissolve or digest the fingertips that are holding you, and they release you with pain, still screaming, and then suddenly the sound stops as you stretch yourself flat across their face. The nice gooey tissue of the eyeballs makes a delicious starter.
Oh, yay, it's blind.
Yeah, they fall over backwards in their chair and just like hit the ground, like clutching at their face. But I mean, at this point, you just suffocate them.
Now, sweet, sweet silence and warmth.
So you might want to nominate one person to handle the monster sheet, so you're not all editing at the same time. But you can increase your humans devoured stat to 1 as you spend the next 8 hours overnight digesting this person. And your health will also go up to 2 because your health is equal. Well, your max health is equal to your size.
Oh, so is it just 1 or 2?
Well, your health and your size is your humans devoured plus 1, so that will automatically.
Oh,
work
okay.
that way.
Okay.
Right now, if you just go to the items menu tab thing directory, there's a big list of mutations. So the tier 2, tier 3 ones, they have a prerequisite mutation in order to unlock them. But out of the tier 1 mutations, you guys can decide as a group which mutation you want to take first.
I see nothing in the mutations tab.
Oh.
Did you click on it?
Yeah.
I guess
Observer.
on tier 1, is it
Observer, yeah.
not?
You should see
Yeah.
it now.
Yeah. Well, I think we're just going to start with tier 1 because tier 2 and 3 require other ones.
Yeah. You can't get those other ones straight away. Observer. Right, you should be able to see it now. You might need to refresh the thing.
So, the question
Quite like
is,
of the wings. Looks cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, brain bugs?
Yeah.
I love
Well, I think
vicious.
realistically-
I love vicious maw. That's so funny.
Realistically, I think we should have some form of sense.
Yeah, I think
How about eyes?
eyes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think eyes would probably be
Yeah,
the best.
eyes is yeah.
Now,
It's kind of
the,
poetic. We
the
did eat the eyes of this guy first,
the
so
type of eyes you have, you guys can decide. The only ones you can't take because they're further evolutions are scotopic eyesight, which is kind of like what cats have, or thermographic, which is like predator vision. Those are like further evolutions of eyes. But other than that, you can take any kind of eyes that you like.
I mean, might as well just take human eyes, considering that's what we ate.
I just imagine it's instead it's like it's not like we just have two eyes. It's just suddenly we're covered in eyes.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah, for
pop them
sure.
out anytime you want.
Yeah, they just all like swirl around in different odd directions.
I'll just drag that to the character sheet. Okay, so now you can start to see the world in all its glory. Just change the length for the lab here.
Oh,
It's so bright.
So, I mean, as it takes about 8 hours, so where the sun is coming up as you are growing your first eyes, and you can see the blinds on the side of the lab, letting the sunlight in. You can see all the other, like, quote unquote, organic meats that they've been testing on different racks and different containers in here. And the decomposing corpse that you've just dissolved, digested, and then spat the bones out.
oh, so he's just bones. Nice.
It's no longer warm. We should find
Yeah.
more warmth.
So there's
I
like
kind
one
of-
side of there's the windows to the outside. There's like interior window wall along the other side. There's benches with apparatus. There's like air vents pumping in cold air. And there's a couple of glass doors that seem to have like a keypad or something like that on them.
I feel like since we just opened our eyes for the first time and it's so bright in here, is there any place where there might be darkness, shelter from the bright light?
Yes, you could hide under one of the desks.
I think we could bide our time for now. Just get used to our new eyes.
And also what everything is and why it bright
Yeah,
and how eyes work.
yeah, we're learning.
I imagine you have like one eye each and they're all different colours.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect.
What I'm basically also imagining is every so often we just bump and one of the eyes just pops out and we just have to grow a new one.
So your mass is now increased. You're now like twice as big as you were before. So I'm thinking, I'm trying to imagine 2 buckets of slop. But yeah,
That's
it's
quite a bit.
it's quite a big lump. Yeah, you can obviously like flatten. You're not an ooze or a gel or anything like that, but you can like flatten yourself out like a muscle could.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can fit quite easily underneath one of the desks if you want it to be. If you wait long enough, you'll start hearing the vibrations of footsteps and doors opening as the staff come in for their morning shift. And then you can feel the footsteps moving in a much harder and faster pace as they ring the alarm because one of their colleagues has been devoured. Whoever's handling the monster sheet, can you add 1 heat to the stat?
Oh, see, we're warm.
Well, once heat hits heat 6, the threat level increases, which means they will respond to you with ever increasing lethality.
Yeah, so I think we probably ought to bide our time again. Now that we have eyes, did we see where the other humans came from, the entrance to this lab?
Yes, you got a good idea of the layout of the lab.
I say, like, as soon as we can, we try to just make our escape as stealthily as possible, but as quickly as possible.
Okay, do you want to roll for that, Swindle?
Oh, whoops. No bonuses or anything like that?
No, not at the moment. I mean, they're going to be distracted by the corpse, but
Fuck's sakes.
yes, you come out and you start to like roll across the floor as they're like making calls, looking at the body. And you're trying to be stealthy by going around them, but obviously right away somebody sees this massive blob moving across the floor, points at you, and just starts screaming at the top of their lungs. So what do you want to do? It'll
Well,
take you,
we don't like noise.
it will take you
Yeah.
hours to digest the body again. Not quite as long, but still hours.
But can we see how many people there are here?
Yes, there is a young lady and a young man.
The lady being noisy.
Roll towards them.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Let's silence the noisy one. It's bad enough that everything is noisy from the alarm. Not that
Yeah.
we know what it is. It's just noise, vibrations.
Calum, do you want to make a roll?
Yep.
I suppose we don't have to digest them, we just have to silence them.
Are we using our eyes for this? And are they surprised?
They're definitely surprised, yes.
I mean, we're kind of using
yeah.
eyes to see where they
You are
are.
using your eyes, yes.
But we are
Yeah.
outnumbered. Like there is 2 of them and there's 1 of us.
It'll be difficult because they can react freely, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, this is still calling you burger.
Oh, I
Yes,
didn't
you
realise
can
I-
describe what you do to this person.
I imagine it's one of those situations that they're screaming, and as we try and get towards them, they kind of panic, hit a chair that's behind them, like a wheelie chair, and fall over the chair, and like hit their head on the desk as they're falling, and so it just knocks one of them out, and the other one rushes over and gives us time approaching them, because as you said, we're kind of a walking pace.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very large space, so you can close the distance quite quickly anyway. And as they're sort of like panicking, fumbling, getting caught up in the chair, and just like, what the fuck is actually happening? You manage to like grab hold of whichever one you want to grab hold of. What do you want to do then, Laura?
Is there anyone around?
Well, the 2 people, the one that you just grabbed.
Right, okay. I'm going to try and discreetly grab them to, sneak away with them.
Well, it's not discreetly because they saw you coming and they were screaming and they fell over, and that's how you were able to grab them.
Okay.
But once you've got them,
I
what do
may
you
as
want to do?
well. I may as well.
Are you focusing on one, or are you trying to get both at the same time?
I'm probably getting both at the same time.
If you want to make a roll for that, then. Yes, you can describe to me what it looks like as you grab the 2 of them and hold them down.
Well, the other person grabs the other person to try and to pull away from me, but I'm too strong for the both of them and just like devour them.
Okay, so the
just,
guy
like-
trying to be too brave and valiant instead of just abandoning her to her fate ends up
Yeah.
getting grabbed by you, and the 2 of them are held, weighted down by your muscular mass.
Yeah.
And I guess you're just going to sit here for like 7 hours or so digesting the 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or do you want to leave them here and make your escape while the door is open? It's up to you.
Oh, we should escape.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can take one with you.
Oh yeah, let's carry the woman. They'll carry the lighter of
Oh.
the 2 out with us.
Yeah, there you go. Even more creepy.
Yes.
So imagine
Yeah.
you
Just drag the lady away.
Yeah, you've got the lady like by the ankle at one end, and then you're just like kind of dragging yourself along with her in tow. After you've kind of suffocated the 2 of them, there's kind of the soft dunk overhead and stuff hitting the door as you like drag her out of the lab.
I'm kind of imagining it's kind of like we're having a snack as we're walking,
Yeah.
or walking, rolling.
But going out into the nice,
Food for the road.
clean, pristine corridor that kind of, I don't know if you would taste, like feel the antiseptic on your flesh as you're kind of moving along it, because since you're one big tongue, basically. But I mean, where do you want to go with this person? Because presumably there will be more of them coming soon.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I guess we just gotta pick a direction and just go, just gun for it. Whichever way doesn't have as many of the vibrations or look appears to be unoccupied.
Sure. Okay, so I mean, one direction down the corridor, they haven't even turned the lights on for those rooms yet. Do you want to head that way?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Oh,
definitely
yes.
towards the dark.
Yep, you go along there. There's like double doors that open up into the corridor. There's like ladders and painting equipment. Like this end of the lab seems to have been under refurbishment or something like that and hasn't been opened up yet. So what kind of area would you like to take your prize to?
If this place is under refurbishment, is there any vents or anything that's? Yeah, I mean, obviously we want low to the ground, but you know, is there any place that
Well, you
like
can
isn't
go
a
up and
hallway?
along vertical surfaces in this form. That's not a problem for you.
Oh, great!
Oh hell yeah, go to the roof.
Yeah, fuck yeah! Let's find a vent and see if we can drag the lady
Are we
through.
still dangling the body? Like we go up the
Yes.
roof,
Yeah.
just the body's hanging by the ankle.
Obviously, vents have a great covering, so you'll have to like try and delicately unscrew that with like one end of your body,
Jeez.
which might take a little bit of time. So if you want to do that, I would make you roll a dice for it. If you just want to find like a stairway or something like that to head for like the actual roof and go up the side or go up the side of the building, I won't make you roll for that. But you will be more exposed and possibly seen.
I mean, I vote for the vent, but I don't. My
like the
dice rolls
vent,
have not
but-
been good.
But I kind of want a snack.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. We definitely need food.
Event?
Yeah, I don't know if we can drag her through the vent, even
There's
if we
also-
could get it open.
There are also like closets, but if they come looking for her, they might look there. Obviously.
Yeah. No, we want to be in a place where they can't easily get to us. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try the stairways. If anything, we could just run along the walls of the stairway up.
Yeah, I mean you can just go vertically straight up. You don't have to bother with the stairs
Dragging her
themselves.
body?
Yeah.
Probably bashing her skull against the stairs by accident.
Can you make a dice roll for me? This is just to kind of determine if there's a blood trail.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. For fuck's sakes, man.
Yeah, I mean you can make it to the stairs.
I'm the wonky eye.
You can ascend, but as you're kind of like part digesting her while you're in motion, the parts that are getting digested leave a bloody mess. So there's a very obvious trail going along the floor and then up this wall as you make your way to the upper floor. There only is 2 stories to this building.
These food bags are very messy.
Yes.
Yes.
So, sorry, if you could increase the monster's heat by 1 again, because you're leaving evidence behind.
Yeah.
I don't know why this one
Damn it.
playlist is so like. But do you want to stop at the next floor up, or do you want to go all the way to the roof?
I feel like we'd probably just want to just keep going or something. Like if something catches our interest, we'd probably go with that. Because we were born yesterday.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I think keep on moving.
Yeah,
if
we
we could
just
find
keep
a
on
new
moving.
avenue of escape or someplace to hide, then yeah, we would.
What are you
But
saying, Laura?
I said keep on moving as well.
Going as well.
yeah.
Sure. So you keep going. You find like it's not going to be a hatch. It would be like a stairway, just leading up to the roof. The door will be locked, however. Do you have a method of getting through there?
Can we slip under the door?
No,
Did
you're
we
not
did
that.
we eat that woman? Because sorry, I
You,
was in
you
the
still
bathroom.
have her in
Did we-
tow. You're kind of eating her as you go
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
as a snack. You're making a mess of her as you're dragging her along, though.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Dissolved.
It's kind of a trail.
Yeah,
Oh.
dissolved flesh. But I
Very
mean,
messy
your
eaters.
body form is flexible, but you can't like squish down to get under a door.
Is there any sort of way that we can manipulate the door to open it? Like, is there a handle?
Yeah,
Is
there's a
there
handle you
push
can
bar?
turn, but obviously it is locked, so it doesn't open when you push or pull it.
Damn.
So what do you want to do?
We stay to eat her to get another mutation. We'll be vulnerable for the time that it takes. We could just leave her.
I feel
Do we get 0.5 as that we've devoured? The percentage?
No, you get when you've fully devoured a person.
Oh, okay.
I imagine it's probably in a sense like we have to devour the brain, but we don't know that.
Well, no, actually, there is a mutation which is Brain Eater, and if you take that one, you have to devour only the brain.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh well.
Yeah, it doesn't count if we leave the brain. So, but that's only if we have that mutation. So,
You need to eat the whole
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, either we kind of lose our progress on a second human, or we find another route.
I feel like we're gonna find more humans. I feel like we ditch this one and move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
No.
So where do you move on to then?
There another like
mean, you-
is
I mean, I don't know if it's just not occurring to you, but you could try and bust the door down. You could at least attempt it.
that's true.
Well, that
I
makes
suppose.
sense. Like if we don't know how doors work, we just slam
Yeah.
into them, right?
Okay. I will slam into it.
Right, let's not have Swindle roll this one because he's rolling terribly. Laura, do you want to roll because you roll quite well?
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, true, but fire. I am the lopsided eye.
Just a regular roll, no mutations or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we are a fucking just giant muscle.
Yeah, you just lunge with putting all your mass, your body weight behind it, and there's a dent the first time, and you're like, so this is how they work. And you do it second time and just like bust through. The gap is large enough for you to kind of squeeze through, and if you want, you can drag this body through after you as well. But it is leaving a trail.
Oh.
However, as you bust through, I mean, you don't have ears, right? But you can probably sense it. An alarm is triggered.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, to be fair, there's been an alarm triggered already.
Just bump your heat up there. And I'm sure
We
you're
turned the air
familiar with this,
conditioning. It's fine.
like fire exits, emergency exits that have like alarms for when people open them they're not supposed to. It's just like one of those.
I feel like we should lower the heat, turn the air conditioning on.
You can lower your heat if you lie low somewhere, like somewhere dark and hidden
Yeah.
away for a period of time. It will go down.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm thinking of trying to go.
But you're now on the rooftop, fresh air and rain pouring down on you. In fact, I do have another scene here for the outside. Rain pouring down on you, cold, wet. Maybe you don't like it.
Do we like this? Or do we not?
I mean, it is kind of cold. I don't think we mind the wet, but it is cold.
Yes, cold is bad.
So the roof is large, and there are like many sort of like vent openings up here, all the way along from one to the other. There are also like skylights every so often as well, looking down into the offices below. But it is quite a large area. It's just going to be open. There's no like rooftops or anything like that you could hide under. So they're very exposed.
Wanna try going into the ventilation system?
Yes.
I mean, at the very least, they'll be able to probably follow the blood trail to a vent, and then But as long as we're keeping moving, maybe.
Well, as you're dragging the body along towards the vents on the roof, because of the rain and how it collects on the roof and how it's designed to run off of the roof, it actually starts to hide the trail,
Fuck yeah, we're smart.
washing away the evidence. So they would be able to follow obviously up to the roof, and then they know you're on the roof somewhere,
Yeah.
but from there they have no idea where
Yeah.
you're going to go.
Yeah, no, definitely
Yeah.
find a vent.
An unsuspected success, but vent is good.
So the vents again will have.
At least we got out, didn't we?
Well, the
So-
vents,
Yeah.
as you might expect, do have like grates on them, filters on them.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you want to bash it in, you want to unscrew it carefully, replace it, like what you want to do.
It's like
I think we should
doors.
replace it. Like probably some instinct of just like protect, like be in box.
You know what? That is
Yeah.
a good point.
Okay, Rude, do you want to make a roll to see how well you kind of like hide your tracks as you go into an event, dragging the body, and then try to replace the grate?
Sure. Since we can see what we're doing, would you count that as mutation used?
Yes, sure, why not?
Oof.
Okay, you open up the grate and you're like, pull yourself up and you start like shoving the body in, and as you're literally like pushing the body in, somebody comes out of the doorway that you just came up from. They look like they're wearing a security guard uniform. And they turn around and they look at you, and there's just a moment of shock, confusion, puzzlement as they try to figure out what exactly is happening in front of them, where there's this big red blob pushing a body into a bed.
Seven distinct colored shaped eyes just like staring at it like a deer caught in headlights, like
And
can
they
we help you?
just for a second, and then the person starts reaching for something on their belt. So what do you do?
I feel like just jumping on the person and just like I'm just gonna eat them. That's it.
Sure, make me a roll. You will not have any advantages or anything like that.
Oh my god.
Sure. I guess a kind of movement, slides, and then jump as much as you can to kind of just like leap forward and land on this person. They manage to pull their taser out just as you land on top of them, and they shove the taser into you and zap you. Whoever's handling the monster sheet, if you can reduce the health by 1.
Ooh, ow. That hurts.
Burning flesh.
But you have them pinned, on top of you. They can't escape. You're too big and heavy.
Do we want to start eating them or?
We've already got a body like half shoved into the vent. I
Yeah.
think we just leave this one for now.
We
I
want to
say we-
attack them?
I say
know
that we
we've
take this
attacked
one
but-
and put it in the vent with the other. We could have
Yeah.
them
Oh.
both.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
actually a really good idea. That's really good.
I mean, you're big enough now you can eat 2 people at the same time, so...
Just vent stuffing.
Just make a nest in the vents.
Yeah, so I think we're going to drag this one in and put it in the vent too, and then be in the vent.
Yeah, I mean, you got him pinned down, there's nothing he can really do as you suffocate him, dissolve his face. And then he's just like wet and sloppy, pulled along this rooftop and shoved in the vent after the other one. Then you like get in there and pull the grate up and just like sit it loosely in position. And you sitting now in your little dry aluminium nest with these 2 bodies as you just like gorge yourself on them for the next 7 hours or so. So you can do you want to use one of these bodies you're eating to regenerate the health that you've lost?
Yeah,
we should do
so.
that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Or you can digest the 2 of them and that'll take your total size and your total health up anyway.
Oh, well, why not just increase our size then if that increases our health?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the health is 1. If you can put your humans devoured up to 3,
Fuck yeah.
So
Okay.
would our health now be 3?
your health will be 3, yes, because it's 1 less than maximum.
That's awesome.
Your second human allows you to get another mutation.
Regeneration,
Ooh.
if that is one.
We should get the ears because we want to,
Mm,
Take your time, there's lots of interesting choices.
I don't know. Every time they see us, they do annoying things. Maybe there's a way to hide better. Camouflage, in other
I mean,
words.
Yeah, camouflage seems
there is
really
clone.
good.
Or camouflage, yeah.
There's also carnage, which is an interesting one.
Plus, there's web and wings as well. I quite like the fact of maybe having wings.
There's also fragmentation where you could split off into... Yeah, I mean, you would divide your body, your size, your health between how many you split into. So it can
Oh,
make the
no.
individuals more vulnerable.
Yeah, don't do that. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but
Ooze allows you
I definitely
to
want to go for that one.
do things like squish yourself through gaps and things like that because you become an ooze, but that does stop you taking other mutations later on. Queen allows you to lay eggs and hatch new ooze.
I think go with what Rid said about the camouflage because we don't want to be seen, do we? We want to start like
We want to
eating
blend in,
people.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
other thing you have is the vicious maw, which is mouth and teeth, and that allows you to eat much quicker.
But what about clone? Because then we could blend in. We could be
Purification
among
clone.
them.
Yeah, but we only have 3 health just now. I feel like that's just gonna like make us more vulnerable
So
because
clone-
1.5 health.
I mean, you're not a perfect copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe camouflage now, clone later.
Clone when we have more health, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do camouflage.
Let's drag camouflage over.
We've eaten more bodies.
Yeah, so as long as you're staying still, your body can like take on the appearance of the environment you're around, much like a gecko would do. So 7 hours or so passes, which is going to take us right up to maybe like late afternoon, early evening. The rain is less so now. You've heard people come up on the roof and move around. Well, you wouldn't have heard them actually, but you would have seen them kind of going by now and again. They definitely came up here to investigate, but they don't know what's happened. They seem confused. So how long do you want to wait here? And then where do you want to go next?
I feel like I'd like to personally explore through the ventilation ducts.
Yeah.
Just to have a scout around, see what's actually going
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Just stalk our prey.
So
Learn
I mean
about them.
the lab. Are you going to start like right after you finish digesting?
Yeah, I think so.
So the lab is still full of people at that point. I mean, you're probably not sure how many people are in all the different rooms at any point anyway. But as you're going through, you can see there's like people in uniforms in one room, people in a different uniform in other rooms. There's not a lot of the people with lab coats and such like the ones you ate previously. Seems to be a lot less of them than you'd expect. But
More like the one with the burning hurt thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's one like that, but there's one with other uniforms, and they seem to have
Ooh.
like things in their belts as well.
Could go back and eat the other guy.
No, we already did.
So we're camouflaged, aren't we? So can we? Oh, no,
Well,
the
I mean,
other
if
guy in the lab.
if you go to the event for the lab you're in originally, you can see the bones of the one you digested, and you can find the guy you smothered there. But they will like cover him up
Yeah.
in a sheet and then eventually take him away.
You got a body bag.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, this is the cops coming to investigate the scene of the crime, try to figure out what's happening, and then everybody's kind of sent home. I mean, depending on how long you're going to lie and wait here, it will go quiet, the lights will turn off.
Yeah. I think we don't strike. I think we lie low. We let the heat die down.
We move
Yeah.
along. Because
Yeah.
it seems like too many of them, they try to do things. And if there's too many of them with those burning hurt things, that would not be good.
Yeah.
Don't like the burny hot things.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We
you wait,
like the warmth, but we
Yeah.
don't like too much.
you wait till they leave. And you're probably able to get positions that you can see through the glass, which is on the front of the building, that there is like a vehicle sitting outside. And there are like humans sitting inside that vehicle outside, but there's like a yellow line of tape being kind of like put across the entrance to the building. But exploring around the building, there is like one person in a uniform with the Bernie thing sat behind a desk at the front of the building.
Tempting, but I still say we kind of bide our time a bit. Maybe we can leave the lab and explore elsewhere, or
You never know. Maybe a
just-
convenience store nearby if we're near a lab,
yeah.
Those vehicles were interesting. Whatever
Yeah.
it was. The things that they used to move fast.
Yeah, early in the day there'd
Yeah.
have been a lot more vehicles, but as the night goes on, there's just like one side outside with 2 humans inside of it.
Do you mind repeating that?
Yeah, basically there is still there's cop cars there during the day, but as they leave, there's just one cop car left with the 2 cops sitting watching the place at night. We then have one security
Yeah.
guard left at the front desk. But I mean, you can wait longer if you want to see what happens, or you can try and make your way somewhere else.
I think we can. I mean, if we're really sneaky, we can maybe affix ourselves to the bottom of the police car. Let them smuggle us elsewhere.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think staying on the move is, yeah. As long as we don't do anything too rash, we can stay hidden.
Too rash, like
Yeah.
eating people.
Yeah. Well, too many.
How big are we at this point?
You've eaten 3 people, so you're 3 times your original size. So imagine the mass of like 3 buckets of gore.
Yeah, we're
size,
pretty big.
Size 4, so 4 buckets of gore actually.
Okay, so we're not too big. Yeah, I think we could squeeze underneath a vehicle.
If you eat one more human, you will get another mutation.
I want to find a human.
Yeah, I mean, there is that one guy at the desk, all alone.
I thought we only got mutations at 2, 4, 8.
Yeah, so you haven't eaten 4 people yet. So once you eat 4,
Yeah.
you'll get another one.
'Cause we're at 3 humans devoured, so if we eat one more, we get another one.
You got one person at 1. You get a second one at 2. Then you get one at 4 and 8 and so on. But yeah, so what do you want to do?
Maybe we could try out this new camouflage thing. Just creep ever so closer to the guard when he's not looking, and then as soon as he turns our way, we freeze and fade away.
Just
just repeat.
slowly creep up to him.
I mean, we're at a
Let's
walking
get in.
pace, so yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, if that's what you do, someone can roll for it to just make sure that you stop moving in camouflage in time every time he like looks up. And he is more on alert than a guard would normally be.
Yeah. I mean, several people did die today, so
So you'll get your
So-
mutation,
The-
but he's not going to be surprised.
yeah.
So,
So who wants to do the roll?
I'll do a roll. I've not done one in a while.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're
I'm
using
almost scared to roll
mutation.
that.
Target is unaware.
No,
We're not-
target is.
He is aware.
is
He's
not
like he's not going to be
surprised, so-
surprised because he's on the lookout.
Okay. And
Yeah, so we
is
don't
it
get
the
that one.
difficult thing?
It's not difficult, not really.
Okay. Woo!
Oh, thank God. Oh wait.
But
Well-
complicated.
You do succeed in being stealthy, so he doesn't raise the alarm in any way. But you can bump up your counter and choose your mutation. I'm trying to think what would actually happen. It's just losing health is a little boring.
Yeah.
No, I'll get. Yeah, defensively, he like just kind of like tasers you as you like come out from behind the desk or whatever. You can also describe to me what you do to kind of snatch him away. You will need a few hours to digest him.
Back to the
Forgetting
vents.
that. Yeah, back to the vents. At this point, we probably have them all mapped out.
Oh, actually, don't lose the health. The complication is going to be you get him away successfully and take him somewhere. Where do you want to go to digest him?
Yeah, I think back to the vents because we probably have those mapped out by now.
Okay, right. So you drag him back up into the vents, and as you're up there digesting for hours, the cops will eventually notice that he's not at his desk, and they will come in to investigate the building. So I will put your heat up. Is what I will do.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just like this. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So what mutation would you like now?
Limbs would be nice. I say tentacles. Who else would agree that we need some sort of limbs?
Well, actually, there is a mutation where we are just our whole body is just a mass of tentacles.
That is tentacles, yes. Your body changes
Yeah.
from being a single like muscle to just being a mass of writhing tentacles.
With eyeballs, so it's
You can remain as like the single mass and take things for that, or you can start growing like limbs and stuff, or wings, or whatever.
Yeah, if we're wanting tentacles, I think I'd rather just have the tentacles rather than the limbs.
Well, it does.
It makes opening and closing the grates easier.
Tentacles does stop you from taking the exoskeleton though,
That's fine.
which helps you be bulletproof later on. Or sorry, the exoskeleton is bulletproof. I think the later one is the explosive proof.
Yeah, well, bullets and other small projectiles no longer harm you. That is a good one.
Obviously, tentacles let you do all the fun things tentacles can do.
I'm surprised that ooze doesn't give you bulletproof.
Because you're still harmed from the like miniature explosions of the bullets coming into your flesh.
Yeah.
It's just the
Gathering
kinetic. We're resistant to kinetic, not explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but if we take limbs though, we no longer can run up vertical surfaces.
Yes, you lose that ability. You can regain it later as a later mutation, because you take the spider,
No.
the wall crawl. But I mean, limbs let you move a lot faster. They give you like basic hands to use on things, and then later on you can take claws and things. You can also take claws if you have tentacles though.
Yes, yeah, I would rather just have tentacles. But that does stop us from being bulletproof. So if we
two of
want
you for
bulletproof-
tentacles. Laura, Griff, would use one.
I'm just gonna have a look.
Yeah,
at what tentacles
tentacles is fine.
does. Yeah. Tentacle sounds nice.
makes it easier for us to grab and snatch people. So
Especially if we're
means
going
that we
for a
don't-
stealth build.
So
Yeah.
between your camouflage and hiding in the vents, those cops have no idea what's happened to this guy. Like his taser is there on the ground where he was snatched. There's maybe some mess where you've kind of like melted his skin a little bit, but they're just like, what the fuck? Where's he gone? They'll call it in. Other cops will arrive. The building is like sealed off, so no one else comes inside. And there's like a row of vehicles outside now with flashing lights.
yeah, no, not now. I think we flee. We find a new nest.
Given though the cars are sat outside, building sealed off, though, I just want to go somewhere else.
Are there cars like all around the building, or is there not like a back way that's kind of?
Not 360 degrees around. There will be. You probably see from the windows that there's like flashlights because it's nighttime now. Searching
Yeah.
in like the wooded areas and the grassy areas around the building. They're obviously just trying to find this guy and figure out what happened.
Yeah.
There's so many people. There's so many.
So much food.
Yeah. But if we mess up, a lot of attention gets drawn to us, and we're outnumbered.
I think we should bide our time and wait.
Wait, inside the lab or the vents or somewhere
Yeah.
else? Okay. I mean, yeah, it's not like they're sending people inside the vents yet.
That's true.
I don't think they
If
really
they-
can go into the vent so easily.
So
If they do, they're in for a horrifying surprise.
okay, so the night passes, no one enters the building. When the morning comes, the light rises. The vehicles, some of them start to leave, and then a new vehicle arrives that looks different. It's larger and boxier looking.
Oh no.
Oh, are people coming out in big orange suits?
Yes. So these new humans are coming in, and they are wearing very different clothes from the ones before. There's maybe only 6 of them. One's got like a briefcase looking like a box thing. And the other ones have various sort of like devices in their hands. But they advance very slowly into the building. And they seem to be really taking their time and checking everything as they go. So they're looking under the desks and the drawers. They start looking at the vent grates and start to like open up some of them.
Oh yeah. Now our nest is being compromised.
No.
I don't like them looking around so much.
But I mean, they're
If we
a little spread out. They're all like within visual distance of each other, within shouting distance of each other.
yeah.
But they are going very slowly and methodically, checking everything.
I feel like by this point we've learned that if we kill certain humans, other humans show up to investigate. And with these humans staying relatively close together, I feel like it's too risky to risk attacking one. And they're rapidly closing in on our hiding places, so
We could go further into the vents and just stay. They don't look big enough to. They look too big to really come in the vents.
okay.
I mean, I can give you the size idea of the size of the building. It's pretty large.
Yeah.
And like as they're coming in through this main entrance and they start like working on the smaller side of the building to the right. I mean, you could head off in the other direction to the far end of the building if you want. There's like a canteen, a large area. There's lots of vents kind of crisscrossing it. You can see the tables out. You can see all like the cookers and the delivery shutters, the sort of like emergency exit doors. Like grates in the floor for like runoff from the counters and stuff.
Ooh.
So what would you like to do?
We could go into the runoff. Probably leads to the sewers. A new nest.
It does have to go somewhere. Yeah.
And it's even smaller than what they can fit into.
What did that stop playing? So you want
That
to?
does
So you want to
sound
go for the drain?
Yeah.
I mean, you got your tentacles now. You can easily squirm down from the vent, wrap your tentacles around the end of bits of the drain, and just lift it up, secrete yourself underneath, and then pull it down on top of you. That is not a problem. And from there, you
fucking
enter the sewer. It's a very narrow, tight space at first, and you have to follow along for like half a mile or so before it really like opens up and all the sewage and stuff is like flowing through. But you don't have a sense of smell, so that doesn't bother you.
Nice.
That's so loud.
It's nice, dark, damp.
Yes, this is the
A little cold.
ideal environment for you at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a little too cold. That's the only
there are
bad
like
side.
the occasional rat to snack on, so there's enough to sustain you, but there's not enough for you to grow.
We should find more warmth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we spend most of our time just kind of exploring the sewers, looking for other entrances to maybe peek out of.
Give me a roll using your eye mutation, because you're just scouting around. Are you looking
Early,
for suitable food places?
Yeah, definitely looking for suitable food sources to help us grow.
Sources, that's the word I was trying to think of.
Oh,
Man,
for
you
fuck's
should not
sakes.
be allowed to roll.
I'm cursed this game. I'm definitely the wonky eye.
You're like the wonky eye sticking out of like a manhole or a grate on the streets, like looking around very obviously in the middle of the day, and a little girl points at you and starts like screaming. Her mother looks down, picks up her child and runs away. Other people start like
Sakes.
pointing and yelling, so your heat is going to go up.
Yeah. Of course, I'm the one that wants to like be sneaky. Fuck's sakes.
You
Sometimes you just can't decide when you want to be sneaky.
pull your eye back in, and minutes later there are people like pulling open the manhole cover and coming down into the sewer with flashlights.
Aha, my plan worked. I've lured some down.
They look like the cops that you saw previously.
Oh, okay.
How many of them are there, since we could kind of sit still and observe?
Okay, well they can come down the ladder one at a time, but there's going to be a team of 4 of them.
Oh. Okay, so we've got tentacles and we've got camouflage. Why not stick ourselves to the ceiling, camouflage, and then just dangle our tentacles down? And whenever one of them, brushes against one, we snatch them up.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah, I
so
quite like
many
that.
of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Being outnumbered
Wait,
will make
okay,
it difficult, but you do get to use. You do have the advantage of surprise ambush because you're camouflage plus your mutation for your tentacles.
Is it
But how
possible
many
to
can we
get all
do?
4 of them?
I mean, you're a mass of tentacles. You could definitely have a go at all 4 at once.
I mean, that's definitely
They're,
gonna.
they're coming
big,
through the
like-
sewer in single file. I mean, they're kind of cramped together.
Yeah.
Clem's joined us. Like, I said, we've only been doing this for an hour, so yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're currently
Wait, did it?
a ball of camouflaging tentacles in the sewers
With eyes.
with eyes. Yeah.
You guys already started? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Just we're only one monster, just to say. We're like one monster, so
It's like
So
everyone
we're
is
all like a
John.
unit
can-
talking.
you can pitch
Yeah,
in.
you're all like the different voices of the hive mind, basically.
We want them all.
Right, you want them all. Okay, so who wants to make the roll? Not Swindle. Rude, you make it.
Yeah,
Let
no,
Clem
fuck it, not
make
me,
the
'cause-
roll.
Yeah,
Let
Rude.
Clem make
Sure,
the roll
I'll
because
make a
we've all
roll.
made a roll.
Rude will do it because this was her idea.
Okay, cool.
Do you, is it difficult / outnumbered?
Yes, because you're outnumbered. But you do have the element of surprise and you have your mutation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
fucking yes.
4 policemen, they're like, you just like grab them one by the other and they start screaming, shots go off, flashlights get dropped. You can hear that, well, you can't hear, but there's like static of the radio. They're like, come in, Alpha team, shh. So your heat is going to go up to 6, which will reset it to 0. But your threat level is going to
No.
go up to menace.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Yay! We are a menace to society.
You cannot reduce your threat level. Once that's locked in, it's there.
Ah.
jeez,
Okay,
that's like
that's fine.
heat. Oh no.
We
That's fine.
really gotta lie. We
So-
gotta start lying low.
So you grab these people. What size are you here?
That's 4 bodies.
It'll only take you a couple of hours to digest them. And you're actually big enough you can digest them all at the same time because there's only 4.
We morph into them?
Not
We don't have
yet.
that mutation yet.
Oh,
Although
So someone bump up the humans devoured to 8.
8, yeah.
That's another mutation.
Yeah.
Does that mean our health goes up to 8 then?
No, your health is still. Well, yes, sorry, your health is 8 because you're one. You lost 1 health, so you're 1
Yeah.
lower than your maximum still because you can eat someone and just use that to regenerate that health.
hey, I see Monster Glim and
Yeah, so
Oh,
most of
okay.
Glim's like your sheet if you end up splitting up, but the monster is the main sheet.
Yeah, we're all
Okay,
working
okay.
together.
all right. So who's the head?
Well, we're all voices in
We're all
this
the
creature's
voices.
head.
Yeah.
But if we look at items directory, mutations, you can pick a new one.
Yeah, eyes, camouflage, tentacles. We got you.
Yeah, but we get another mutation. So
However,
Oh.
depth perception's kind of our difficulty, seeing as we keep looking at different things.
Well,
There are some
Swindle,
tier.
you said you wanted something else. What was that you said you wanted the last time?
There's a couple of
well, I said clone, but
yeah. There's a couple of tier 2 ones you can get access to now. Or
Yeah.
ability tier 3.
We could actually get clone because then we'd have 4 health. 4 health
Bugs,
for them.
brain eater.
yeah, I mean we can't see too well in the dark, so if we want to get scotopic vision,
Which is basically low light
Scope.
vision.
yeah,
Yeah, that
helps us see in near darkness. Because right now our eyes are
Yeah.
basically like human eyes.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea because we're gonna be going to.
I mean, it depends.
Pipes
You
and-
could go the route of ears and then
and-
better ears to get echolocation and stuff like that.
Mm,
Yeah.
no, I think we're more of a.
They will be coming
We
at
all
you
sneak.
harder now and with purpose that you are a menace.
Maybe having ears actually.
Sensitive ears.
Well, we can't
like
do
your
sensitive
idea,
ears because we have to have ears first before we get sensitive
And then
ears.
there's fun stuff like brain bugs. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did you have in mind about the trophoscopic vision?
Well, I mean, that's the like our because we already have regular eyes, so if we can upgrade our eyes if we want to,
The
or
I
we
was
can
thinking about-
upgrade our tentacles.
Sorry, Rude, what you saying?
Oh crap!
I
You're
really
right.
have a
And-
question about brain bugs. Like,
Uh-huh.
how much control?
If
Does
you get a
that
brain
count?
bug in someone, you have absolute control over them.
I like
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
Oh.
especially
Yeah, that's
because we're
pretty
getting.
It goes in their ear or their nose, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It attaches to their brain, and then you just like have control of them, like as if it was a drone.
And
Anyway, we're gonna
I
need
quite like that. Yeah, let's
Leather.
have
So yeah,
that.
so I think brain bugs.
Yep, brain bugs. That sounds like a great idea.
Brain bugs does sound like a good idea, especially with that level of control.
So you grab these 4 cops, drag them off in deeper into the sewer somewhere to devour them. A couple of hours later, you come out much larger now. I mean, if you didn't have camouflage, you would not be able to hide now because you're so big.
Yeah.
8 times the
Are we in the
size you were
sewer?
originally. You're in the sewer still, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's
We were
act
in
like
the
sludge.
hospital and then we went to the. Well, we
Well,
were in
yeah.
a vent.
I do
and
not
then,
think 2 hours has been enough time for humans to mount a proper, like, party into the sewer, given all the
Wait,
different departments
is
and
it-
stuff they would need to organise.
Is this Trump America? Because if so, they're probably even more defunded than we originally thought. So we got plenty of time.
What? Oh, I didn't want to go there.
Well, no, I mean, the cops are going to be super funded. But yeah, they're not going to be
We don't need
organised.
to worry about.
They're not going to be organised enough to get down there within 2 hours, I don't think.
Yeah, but we don't need to worry about CDC and all that. That's fine.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
no chance.
Element of surprise.
Also, yeah, for Glim, our backstory is that we're of mutated synthetic meat that the vegans were trying to make, and obviously it's gone backwards.
Yep, let's do this. I like that.
So once these cops have been eaten and you're now much larger, and you can grow these little brain bugs and release them, what would you like to do? Now, the brain bugs themselves are just like little worm things, so they can get like squished very
Oh.
easily. So you really want to
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like
yeah,
drop them into someone that you've got captive.
Oh, are we kind of like slimy looking?
You're a big writhing mass of red, blood-colored tentacles.
Yeah.
Okay, so I throw an idea out.
Sure.
Okay, so since we're just a big mass of disgusting, and with this sewer, I can imagine a little pool, and we can release the brain bugs right there. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
little
but
red, but
Well, we want to be able to like make sure that the bugs get into the people, because if, like you
Yeah.
said, they can just be squished.
Yeah, but we've got camouflage.
We wanna be able to grab
so we
and-
want to
and then
camouflage
implant.
and then grab, isn't it? Camouflage,
do we have like
grab,
you have to
and
like
then
hold them
put in the
and slam the bugs into their brain?
If you
We don't
have
have
the
to slam
person
it into them, we just
captive,
have
you
to
can just
hold them.
hold them still where the bug gets in them, because they can't
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
it. Is what I would think.
Okay,
You could
so
also
my
try and
plan
be
is
sneaky
dead.
about it, you know what I mean, in other ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for that, it probably would be best if we like just lie in wait and then snatch somebody up, put a brain bug in them, and then
Yeah.
control
All
them.
right, let's be on the ceiling.
Yeah.
There you go.
Classic movie monster in the sewers bullshit.
But is this the consensus? You want to lie in wait for the humans to launch their
Yes.
assault in the sewer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just sort of have a horde of brain bugs.
I mean, unless you guys want me to be like, I don't know how to say it. Evoke them, unless that's not a thing.
What's a vocum?
This tell 'em, I'm over here, and I.
Oh
Look,
yeah,
you-
no,
you
we,
don't
we,
have a
we don't
mouth.
have mimic.
You don't have a mouth.
Yeah, we don't have
You
a
can't
mouth.
make noise.
Yeah, we don't have, and we need ears in order to have mimicry. So we need a mouth and we need ears in order to mimic. Which absolutely we should get at some point, but for now.
Well, now you're going to need to
Mhm.
bump it up to, 16 people before you get your next mutation.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta kill a lot of people.
Glob, glob, slob, slap.
So is this,
Yeah,
is
if
this
anything, I
consensus?
would
Is that what we're doing? Lying in wait here? Will they launch their assault?
If anything, I would say like move to a different part of the sewers and then lie in wait.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna eventually check it, but it gives us time to kind of lie low.
To figure things out.
So
Yeah.
hiding away basically till things kind of
Yeah.
cool down, so they
Yeah.
don't find you. Right. Somebody can make me a roll, and you'll get your mutation for camouflage.
Glenn,
I
do you
have
want to make a
abysmal
roll?
fucking.
Yeah,
I
Glenn,
have
you want to make
abysmal
it since
luck.
you just come in. So the only character sheet there's a button for making a roll.
I see it. I see it.
Just make sure to check mark the mutation.
Yeah.
Alright, you mutation confused, alright. Now you see us? Oh crap. Press 1.
Yes.
Another
The humans are zealous in their quest to uncover you, and you're not able to like make or you think you're far enough away that they're not going to find you, but in a short and due process, a team of them in full hazmat suits with like large prods. I mean, they'll have like the cattle prod things. One is cattle prod, one is a big massive bright searchlight. Another two are kind of behind them, and they seem to have some sort of weapons as well. And they are like coming through very slowly and steadily, like searching all the different crevices and stuff in the sewer.
Did I roll that right? Because I accidentally pressed it's difficult
Okay, we'll
or
do it
you're
again then.
outnumbered.
No, sorry, you are outnumbered, so that's fine.
Oh, so it was wise for me to click that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a terrible happy accident.
But you are here,
Sort of.
camouflaged. They haven't seen you, but they are investigating,
Or
and
inside.
you feel pretty certain they're going to find you if you keep looking.
How many of them are there?
There's 4 in this team.
Ideas?
We can take them all, but if we eat them, that's gonna, obviously we've learned in the past that's just gonna draw more of them, more attention.
It will take 1 hour to
So-
eat people from now on.
Okay.
Alright, so either feast or control.
I
Control.
say control,
Control.
but we
Right.
also have to be
Control.
careful of their
Sorry, what's... Oh, you want to try and brain bug them?
brain bugs.
Yeah.
Okay, someone can make the roll for
Can
this.
I roll?
Okay, so you'll get your mutation. They are ambushed. It'll be difficult because there's more of them than there is of you.
Okay. Let's make the roll.
Uh,
I've already rolled.
Laura, you want to go?
Yeah.
Who hasn't rolled? Never mind.
Everyone's had at least a couple of rolls.
Yeah.
Right, okay, you can describe to me what the scene is like, guys, as you like snatch up the 4 of them with your massive tentacles from the darkness and start implanting bugs into their brains. Or you could just
Callum, do you want to do that?
That-
Because you've
you could
not
just
had-
implant one of them if you want and eat the rest. It's up to you.
I think
I
like
have a way.
Oh,
Go ahead. No, go ahead. After
part of me thinks of just implanting the entire squad, and just
Yeah.
and then they call back saying like, "Oh, nothing
All
down
clear.
here. It's all clear."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like
let me.
it.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that will save time as well because you don't need to spend the hour.
Right.
Scene of chaos again. They're trying to zap you with the cattle prods, but they're like snatched out their hands because there's just tentacles everywhere. One of them like has the flashlight like smashed so they can't see anything, and just in the pitch black, you're just like feeling around and wrapping your tentacles around all their legs and their wrists and just like holding them in place as another tentacle comes down and just drops the brain bug into their mouth or into their nose or just on the side of their head so it crawls into their ear.
Ooh.
And there's a scream of agony, and then it all goes quiet, and you let go of them, and they just stand there, and they blink once or twice as you kind of like adjust to the sensation of control of a human body.
Nice.
And your 4 different humans you're controlling look at each other.
Just
We can control
vacant
them now?
expressions.
Do we want to eat them, or do we want to just like
No.
let them? Maybe we could use them to get out of there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they be searching
okay, so-
for us down here.
Yeah, they're searching for
All right,
us
so
down
we
here.
have
So
full
if we,
control, right?
Sorry?
yeah,
I said we have full control.
Yes, complete control. They are just basically drones. There's like, shh,
Okay, so
Charlie team, do come in, Charlie team, shh, under walkie-talkie. And you can hear for the first time.
Can we say to them to say all clear?
yeah,
Yep, one of them slowly lifts the walkie-talkie up, looks at it for a second, presses the side button and goes, all clear.
tell them to also pick up
everything
the
is fine.
cattle prod. Yeah, tell them to pick up the cattle prod and stuff.
Yeah, they can pick up the gear they were carrying. Yes, we kind of
Yeah.
absentmindedly, one of them just like picks up the broken flashlight as well.
All right, so that's my task. You guys can take the floor.
Yeah, no, if anything, we'll just. Would we know exactly what our orders were prior to being controlled?
No, because you don't have Brain Eater. Brain Eater would allow you to
Darn.
assimilate information from them. You only
So we
know what
just-
you knew
we just
before.
Barely.
We can
Okay.
always go back to the rendezvous point. And
What
again, we don't know how many
rendezvous point?
people there.
And
Oh,
and
the
we don't
planting.
know that rendezvous point.
Yeah. Forget it.
Yeah, if anything, we can if we can have our human thralls just kind of escort us, and if we encounter another human team, then maybe we can work out
Eat 'em.
something there. But yeah, right now there are guardians, there are slaves. They're definitely going missing, and eventually we will eat them. But for now, we'll just have them walk with us.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So
Right.
where do you want to go
Oh.
now?
Maybe find a different sewer entrance. See if we can find another place to hide. Use our new humans to scout for us.
Because they don't really provoke reaction like we do.
Yeah.
So you're gonna... What, you're gonna stay here and send them back to the surface to scout for you?
Yeah, just find like a different sewer entrance and like have them climb the ladder up.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort
Tell
of
'em to
find
act
a new
casual.
place to hide.
Are you sending them all topside to look, or just one of them, or what?
One. We only need one.
Yeah. I
Part of
think
me in
just
my
one.
head's tempted to say, like, could we say, like, hey, look, we need some medical cover. Someone scratched
Actually,
their leg, need to get the medic.
Yeah.
It's
do
good.
that.
I think it'd be more simple than that, given who you are, though. But you might, I mean, you could just be something like, we need help.
Yeah, because we're still learning. We don't know what you.
I just figured the brain bugs give us access to their memories.
No, that's the Brain Eater mutation.
Ah,
Yeah. So yeah, we need to hurry up and eat like 16 people and get that one too.
That way we
That way
be
we
more
could fully.
functional.
Yeah. But for now, they're kind of puppets, and we're just sort of pulling strings
Okay,
to see
so
what
do
happens.
you want to send the one with the flashlight up top to look, and then you can do whatever you want with the other three?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, do the other ones have like flashlights and stuff, or
Yeah, flashlights like on their belts, but they're not as powerful as the big
Okay.
one that guy held.
okay, yeah, we're good then.
One has a cattle prod, the other two have like sidearms.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, we'll just send the one with the flashlight up first.
Okay.
See what he sees.
Since Swindles needs to be directing the one that wants to go scout, you can roll the scout roll.
Yay. I'm assuming mutation used.
Mutation, and you have the advantage that nobody knows you're there or anything.
Okay. Yay.
Okay.
About time.
What kind of
Yes.
place are you looking for?
I think I'm hoping that this sewer grate is like more towards like the outskirts of the city. It's like I'm looking for an abandoned warehouse.
Okay, so you're looking for somewhere quiet, remote, separated
Yeah.
from other buildings, not necessarily like packed with people as a food source.
Yeah, and
Hiding place.
kind of away from the search parties where they're hunting us.
Sure, like
Trying to again
so when
evade
you
them.
come up top, you step out, you're still wearing hazmat suit. There's probably some tears on it from where you've ripped the mask off and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like dozens and dozens of people, vehicles with flashing lights. People are getting like scanned as they go in and through these barriers. But you manage to kind of like just navigate your way through, just nod your head now and again at people as you're passing, and make your way out of the crowd into like the main streets of the city. And you seem to be like at the edges of a city. But you find, like you said, like an industrial site. The buildings are lower, single level. They're very spread out. There's lots of like car parking spaces between them. And you know, at night time like this, it seems like a quieter area.
Okay, yeah. I'll definitely make a note of it and then try to find my way back. That way the rest of us can find it again.
Well, I mean, they can see through your eyes the whole time, so.
Oh, perfect.
These are still the high
Even
ground.
better.
So you know the path, and you have your guards in the sewer here. You also know how many people there are topside immediately when you come out here. So how do you want to approach this?
We should not go up. We need to
No.
find a way to get there through the sewers.
Yes, absolutely.
We know the general direction due to our
Mm-hmm.
new extension. So can we use that to kind of guide ourselves
Yeah.
in the proper direction?
Yeah. You can just make a roll. It's just trying to do it undetected. That's the key thing, right?
Yeah.
Getting there is not the problem. It's getting there without anyone really noticing you. But between the camouflage and the team acting as a kind of cover, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rude, if you want to make a roll for that.
So would that be mutation and help from ally?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. There's one point where you're kind of like camouflaged up it right against the ceiling, the curved ceiling. Another team comes along, they've got their flashlight, they're on the comms. They're like, Charlie team, where have you been? And your guys just kind of reply numbly, all clear.
Just repeating the same phrase.
You guys,
All clear.
you
Nothing
guys,
to
you guys
see.
really need to put your helmets back on. It's not safe down here like this. Right, we're going to check out Alpha Sector. Don't forget to check in when you go topside, and they just kind of like leave you and walk past. Unless you want to do something.
Oh,
I feel like I want to jump them. I want to capture
that's.
them.
I mean, yeah. Including our thralls, that's 8 people. It's halfway to our next mutation.
And we're learning slowly that we need to know more how to act.
We're learning how to. We're learning being blending in is an advantage.
So you want to attack and eat them.
I think we want more calls.
Oh, you want to brain bug them? Hey, Griff, do you want to roll for brain bugging them?
Yeah, let's do a brain bug.
They do not outnumber you anymore.
But we are mutating. And are they, with these beasts, no, they're not really surprised. They are purposely looking at me.
They'll be surprised because
Gives them the
you,
all
yeah, you
clear.
had the success, so they have no idea that you're there. They think it's clear because the other team's there. So they are
Yeah, so
surprised.
we got mutations, surprise, and help from an ally.
I mean, unsurprisingly, as you grab them, I mean, you just describe to me the scene, what you do and what your allies do here as you take hold of them.
Do we want our allies to attack them first, and then have ourselves like latch onto them? Or I guess we do want thralls, so.
Well, Callum can describe it because he made the roll. So
Yeah, that's
just tell us what happens, what it looks like.
It looks like the guys are coming through and they're a bit more relaxed. They just sort of see 18 and they're just like, man, they must have saw some shit. Look at them. And then all of a sudden they just hear like, what? And it's like, wait, where's Charles? And it's all of a sudden it's like, ah! They look around and it's just like, wait, what's going on? But of course, the GM, there's something that's happened, but we're just grabbing one of them each time they're looking away.
The last
Yeah,
one
there
kind
you
of
go.
grabbed, like, he clicks on what's happening, and he goes over the comms like, it's here, it's... Gets cut off, and you just, like, snatch him up. And moments later, he comes back on, and they're frantic over the walkie-talkie. They're like, what's happening? Did you see it? What sector are you in? And you're just like, nothing's happened. It's all clear.
Right. Wait, Can we damp their emotions, or they just dead?
Yeah, we need the brain eater in order to learn how
Yeah,
to be
you
human.
control them. You don't really know how you like put on and act like them, really.
If anything, they're walking with like an awkward zombie like.
The more
probably.
experience you have interacting with humans, the more you'll learn about them, obviously. But you're still quite new to this. Okay, so you now have 8 people mind controlled.
Yeah.
And you can successfully make your way to your location because you already rolled for that.
We're going to have them put on these helmets that was mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Because apparently it's not all right.
Yeah, your clones like your minions kind of one by one put the helmets on. One of them puts it on, it's kind of sideways, and the other one like raises their hands up slowly, just like adjusts it so it looks right.
I feel like that one's mine.
So now, once you make your way to the industrial site with your minions, what do you want to do? What would you like to do, Laura?
Maybe. I'm just trying to think. Like,
You've got 8 people controlled. 2 of them have cattle
Do we
prods.
want-
4 of them have guns.
do we want to maybe eat 2 of them to get like more stuff?
If you ate all 8 right now, you would get another mutation.
Oh crap! That's
Yeah. It's
8
tempting.
on 8. Let's get one more.
If would a second mutation affect us before or after eating?
You get your mutation after eating them. So you would take the hour to devour them, and then you get the mutation.
But if we get Brain
So-
Eater, then we could learn how to control humans and be more accurate with controlling them.
You also
And
absorb
learn everything
all
they
their
learn, yeah.
information, yeah. You also only need to eat the brain, so afterwards you'd be able to eat much quicker.
Yeah.
I
I think
have a
we should.
suggestion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's infect one more person if we could, and eat the others.
Yeah.
Okay.
God said himself, we eat all 8. We'll get the mutation, but let's just infect one more person. Try to.
Okay. Well, they have to be grabbed by us, or I guess we could have one of our servants, our minions, hold a brain bug and give it to them. I guess.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, so how do you want to draw someone in? Or what do you want to do to get a human? You're at this industrial site and it
use-
seems sparsely populated.
Well, maybe use one of the other, the infected one.
Yeah,
To
but
kind of
how do
draw
you
it
want? How
over.
do you want to use them to get someone?
We can ask someone, we can tell them to contact someone and then say that I'm trying to remain calm, sir. Seems that, or something like that.
Okay, I mean, the whole time you're
Oh, we
traveling there,
wouldn't know that.
the whole time
we
you're
wouldn't know
traveling,
that.
you would hear over the walkie-talkies, or they would hear over the talkies. People raiding in, they'd be like, "Charlie team, Alpha team, where are you?"
All clear. Nothing to report.
It seems. I wonder where we heard
Yeah, but
that
we need-
little myth before.
Seriously need Brain Eater because all my stuff is all motion based.
Yeah. No. If anything, we could. Maybe if we have one of our minions like be injured in some way, and then like possibly call for help from a random citizen.
They do look injured to some degree, because,
Yeah.
yeah.
We just have one guy kind of like take off his helmet or whatever, maybe scratch up his face a little bit or an arm or something,
I was
and then
gonna
just
say, I
have
mean,
him go.
you can literally injure them, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
Oh.
yeah, we'll just have one guy, maybe one of the other ones, like I don't want to say shoot him, but because that's loud. Maybe we
do.
use the cattle prod.
They do seem
Yeah.
to send more when
Wait a
one
minute.
is hurt. So
Yeah.
Who has a firearm?
maybe let maybe let them know that there is hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
then
what,
we'll
one, of your,
we'll just
one, of your,
have
one of your guys picks up the walkie-talkie and he goes, "You must come. We are hurt."
Can we have one of them shoot their gun?
well, we don't want that because that's loud and we're hiding right now.
Plus,
They're
they
with
already
us, so
they already have injuries due to being ambushed by us, so
yeah.
we don't need to injure
Okay.
them further per se.
No, I was talking about like they're actually fighting us, kind of.
Mm,
But
yeah, no. No, we want the
Okay.
most. We want to send just this one guy out to be injured, and then like, that way we want him to be bait to lure at least one other
Okay.
person. That way we can infect that one, and then
Are you ambushing them with your minions, or are you ambushing them yourself? Or a
We
combination?
should see how much control we have with these
yeah,
things, food.
yeah. I think we're just ambushing them with minions.
Well, you hide a slight distance away, just in case.
Yeah, just in case, because we
don't
want
need to hide
ours.
too far because we're camouflage.
Well,
As
I
long
mean-
as we sit still.
I mean, you could send
Yeah.
them back into the sewer to do this while you hide in an industrial site if you wanted. There's no
Yeah,
distance
that would be
setting
better.
here.
That would 100% be better because we want to keep the monster safe. The minions are inconsequential.
Okay, so once again, since Swindle is driving this decision, he's going to roll.
Jeez. Sure. So let's see. Mutation used. Help from an ally?
Because... no. And they're not going to outnumber you, though. 'Cause there's
They're
8
not
of you.
going to outnumber?
Yeah, because there's 8 of you.
Okay. That's fair. Surprise and aware.
But definitely surprised.
Okay. So
'Cause
mutation used.
it's literally an
unaware.
ambush.
Yeah. Hey!
Ooh.
Okay, so the medical team come rushing to the location of the quote-unquote wounded party. You can
Now-
tell me exactly what happens.
Yeah, I think, it's just one guy by himself. He's just kind of like sat in the sewers. His arm is, cut up. And like some scratches on his face. And as the medical team gets close, like just emerging from other passages are the other thralls, basically the ones with guns. And just like immediately headshot. Execute all but one.
So
Uh,
flurry of gunfire, and then it goes quiet, and the one that's left alive is like, "What? Why the hell did you do that?"
And then we grab him and try to incapacitate him.
Yeah, 2 cattle prods
hey,
will do
we
that.
can still eat dead bodies, though, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
even more.
You can
Give us a
drag-
head start on our next
Yeah, it'll be a
mutation.
team of 4, so the 1 live guy and 3 bodies.
All right.
All right. Supper time.
So you brainbug him. Are you dragging them all
Yeah.
back for a feast?
Oh, for sure.
Jeez.
Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10. That's 11 more bodies. Taking
All right.
you up
Time to
to
pick which one
19.
is cooler.
How many are we actually eating? Because it would be
we-
nice to keep a couple.
Yeah. So really we only need like 8 more, and we've got like 11 guys. So
Like I said, let's
Yeah.
pick which one is the coolest, and then eat the rest.
I think the way we would probably assess it is which ones are the most beaten up. Right, those ones get
Yeah.
devoured. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
you know,
Okay.
again,
the
we're not
more
very
damaged
smart.
and injured. Yeah,
The
I
more
think-
damaged and
medical-
injured.
Yeah,
the
I
one
think-
that
Okay.
they incapacitated.
Yeah,
That one would be good to brain bug.
What are you saying, Laura?
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I was just saying, like, the ones that have been, like, been around for a while is probably the best ones to eat, so...
But the ones that kind of look the least obviously messed with, and the ones that you're kind of more comfortable controlling. Because obviously the
And
gear
then
they
Yeah.
have is
the-
interchangeable anyway.
Yeah, and then like the medical one that we incapacitated, that one doesn't get devoured. That one stays a brain bug.
Okay, so how many are we eating?
Rest and then just leave one.
Well, that would be 11
Right?
that you're eating then.
Right? I don't want to throw much, right? Or,
I think we're just eating 8 of them.
Yeah, that leaves us 3 left over that are minions.
Well, that leaves 4 minions because I wasn't counting the one guy that you're keeping.
Oh,
Because there's 12 in total.
oh, yeah. Well, in that case, I mean, 4 seems to be a good number, anyways, for us. Seems to be very
Okay,
popular.
so whoever's charged the sheet, bump your humans devoured up to 16. Your health is going to be up to 16 as well.
Yeah.
The heat did not go up, and you get another mutation.
Yeah, we definitely want
Nice.
that brain eater.
You could eat one more
Yeah.
person to just max out your health if you wanted.
We have spare bodies.
Yeah, we have four thralls.
Well,
It's fun. We could eat one more.
again, our health is important. I feel we should devour one.
Yeah. We'll
okay,
go
Well,
with
Yeah.
3.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Once we have Brain Eater, if we devour someone to restore health, do we still get their memories and
Yes.
stuff like that?
Yes. No,
Oh,
no,
that's
sorry.
perfect.
Oh, hang on. Yes, you will get their memories and all that kind of stuff. You just won't. They just won't add to your tally of humans devoured because you're using the mass to heal rather than grow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
so eat
fair.
those,
Okay.
get brain eater, and then eat the other one. Just eat them all at once.
Well, you could get Brain Eater and then eat the last person. That would be the best thing to do because then you're getting their knowledge.
Ah, okay, let's do
Well,
that.
might as well.
Brain
So that
Eater.
puts our health at 17, right?
So it's another hour to eat all those people, and then the last person, it takes like 5-10 minutes to dissolve the brain. It's very quick.
Nice.
Nice.
And with that person, you gain knowledge. You gain knowledge about all their life experiences, the family at home, their dog, the pet hamster they had when they were 14 years old. You remember like their parents in the last vacation they went on. You remember their training at medical school and how geared up they felt and how worried they were about this mission and how important it felt and how concerned they were when they came into the sewers looking for this person and how terrified they were when they realised what was going on.
Oh, that's such a shame.
And on top of all that, you have not tactical knowledge because they were the medical team, but you have knowledge of like ambulance schedules, paramedics, how many teams are in operation, where they're stationed, all that kind of stuff.
How much do they
See-
know about us? How much were they told about us?
That is interesting to know.
So the
Yeah.
medical were told that it was a biological hazard, and it was like an escaped animal.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's kind of right.
So they know there was like an animal on the prowl and it was dangerous, but there was also a pathological element to it.
Okay. So they know that there is a potential for infection and spread. Yeah, we have one of these medics thralled, brain bugged.
And then 2 other people, and you can choose whoever ones they are out of the people that you got.
Yeah, any 2 of them.
Now all you need is juicy brains.
Yeah.
What will that do?
But it wouldn't.
Brains, we need them.
Yep. It wouldn't be good to leave bodies, though. Not unless we can dispose of them.
Yeah. Faster to eat
Well,
the
so-
brains, but yeah, that leaves the body behind. So we definitely want to.
Let's eat that too.
Yeah, we
Don't
definitely
let
want to eat that too.
waste our food. I'm just saying.
But
We
now,
eat it
I mean,
all.
with this knowledge, I mean, you can really like visualize in your mind like how big the city is, how many people there are, and the potential here, but also the potential of danger because there is a lot of humans.
So much
Well, then you look
prey.
at
And
it,
now
well,
you realize things like guns and explosives and all that kind of thing exists.
Yeah. Yeah. So now we're smarter. So okay.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk.
We're also probably fucking huge now. Probably like
Need
the
more
size
space.
of like a car or something.
I mean, your mass is like the combined mass of 16 people or 17 people.
Yeah, that's
That's a lot. Yeah.
we're definitely gonna have trouble like finding hiding places. So I think if anything,
Not really, because we could just sit still.
yeah, until somebody walks into us.
That's the greatest thing ever.
So
Free food.
it's still nighttime in this industrial site. Nobody around that you've broken into. What do you want to do?
We definitely need somebody. We definitely need a spy.
There's this guy here.
The one guy just like raises one hand up.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, yeah. If he hasn't been reported missing, we could potentially send him back, and we now know what his orders were, and blah 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 blah.
Well, he's been missing for an hour, so I do think people will be looking for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now that you're smarter, you will have realised as well. The other teams that hadn't reported down there, they will definitely have worked out that something's happened.
Yeah, for sure. So if
There's not
anything,
been any witnesses to the brain bugs yet.
Yeah. So as far as anyone else is concerned, the brain bugs don't exist. It's just we're just eating people. So
All right. So acting time or just?
yeah, we send this guy to go back into the sewers away from our current nest, and we just let him get found by his friends, make up some bullshit story, and then we
Yes, we need a
infiltrate.
story. Otherwise, they will think something is wrong.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
did have them attack each other, so that could be the story.
But we want to be careful with that because we don't want them to realize that there are brain bugs.
I'm imagining
we don't want
the
them to-
medic's been taken in, they've been checked out, they're sitting like in the unit. The doctor's like looking over them while the investigators are like talking to them, and they're asking questions and they're kind of answering very placidly. As user kind of like arguing amongst yourselves what to answer, in real time.
Probably. That's fair. That's probably accurate.
You're like, what happened?
honestly.
And he's like, oh, they started shooting at us. I was very scared.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you
As you can see,
sure
I
you
am in
feel
shock.
alright? You seem, doctor, is he alright? He seems a little off. And the doc's like, it seems, apart from some minor abrasions, he seems perfectly well. Maybe just the after effects of the trauma. He has been through quite an experience. And then the
Yes, I
person's just
have
kind of
been
like, yeah, yes, it's very traumatic.
Very traumatic. I saw my friends take it away from me. We would like to
don't tell
go
me that's-
home now.
They're just going to ask what you saw, for any details, any clues as to what happened. Where did the thing that snatched them up? Where did it take them?
Yeah, I think if we give them as little information as possible. I mean, we don't want to make it seem like we're purposely hiding, but we didn't see anything concrete. It happened so fast and so terrifying. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, you can fob them off, and then they will like eventually just kind of let you go to get home, get some rest. Says like, we'll take this up tomorrow. Go home, get some rest. We'll come round to see you in the morning. And you go home to your family, and your wife is up, and she comes when you're answering the door. She's like, "What the hell happened? You've been out all night."
Oh,
God.
we're monsters.
What's the
so what to do?
What's the thing that humans do? Oh right, yeah, and he just awkwardly hugs his wife.
There, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Wait, are we like right with them or just?
Well, you are in. I mean, you're controlling them. You can see and hear and all that, just like you're there.
We got brain bugs in his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now we're a massive tentacles hiding in like a abandoned warehouse
So,
and controlling this guy.
oh, not just one guy. Did you just send one back?
Yeah.
Did you keep the other two on hand?
Yeah, we kept two.
Right. Okay, you two on guard.
Kept,
Okay,
kept
so
two for
what
guardians.
are you doing with the other two then? Are they like outside the building patrols? Like, what's the script?
I feel like
Not
they do like
outside.
patrol be patrolling, but yeah.
Yeah, so just
Yeah,
walking
not
around outside the
visible.
building, just trying to keep an eye on watching for humans approaching.
Yeah, like spying
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. Okay,
And if
so the
humans-
one,
yeah,
your one that you sent home, you know, the wife is worried and panicking and going over and going about all these like domestic issues that they're having and how this all relates to their job and late nights and how she's
Yeah.
worried about you and this kind of stuff. And you're just kind of sitting there passively now and again. You're just like, everything's fine. It's all clear.
No, everything is not fine,
Oh,
Richard.
dear.
Yeah, so I mean, Laura like this because we love body snatchers. Like, what happens then? Do you just like lie down and go to bed? Do you try to do something while the other people are sleeping?
I think that one definitely needs to like be as undercover as possible. So, yeah, go to bed. Just try our best to placate the female, and then just no suspicion on us on that one whatsoever. I think that one just needs to do everything it can to lie low.
Or Laura, do you want to turn around and murder them in their sleep?
That's what I kind of wanted to
I
do.
think I'll yeah. Let's just wait it out.
Okay, so you just lie there, like eyes open, hands by your side in bed. His wife eventually just kind of like mumbles off and goes to sleep. In the morning, the dog starts barking, and the little girl comes round and is like, "Daddy, Daddy," and all that.
Oh jeez, not the dog, man, not the dog.
Dog runs
make me
into the
do
room,
it.
jumps onto the bed, and starts
Hell
like
outta
licking your
here.
face.
Oh, the dog.
I
isn't
imagine
barking
the
at
dog
us.
surely would notice something would act differently because it could smell
Oh,
like
well,
the
why don't we
dog or
roll a
something.
dice then, Griffin?
Oh no! Come on! Don't make me do the dog! Come on, man!
Oh, stop.
Bad. Human. No, we don't know they're called humans. They've not. They
This
wouldn't
is
refer
this
to
is your
themselves
first
as that.
encounter with the dog, yeah.
Bad
But
Charlie.
we would, we would know the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, you would know what a dog is because you had the memories and stuff, yeah. You would even know its name. But yeah, Griff, if you want to make a roll, just to see if you're like incognito enough for the dog not to notice.
I guess
this-
if the
this-
target is surprised, unaware, because it's
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we're using the mutation by using the brain.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on.
I mean, it's just a
This
tiny
dog's
bug inside the brain. The dog
Dog
doesn't know
totally
different.
thinks it's wonderful. Thinks, oh my god, hello, you're my best friend forever. You smell interesting, and I love new smells. Oh my god, I love you. That's basically what the dog's doing.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
That
so
would've
the
made
dog
or
comes
break
up
everything.
in
Need
your lap.
food.
Yeah, it comes up, licking your face. Yeah, your daughter runs in, gives you a big hug. The wife wakes up and she joins in. It's a big family hug. And you just kind of like sat there upright in bed, staring forward.
Yeah. If anything, like I think we would like try to hug back, which is probably more emotion than this man is probably was able to sum up.
Yeah, you
know,
reach out and you
for the
pat
relationship.
them on your shoulder and you're like, everything will be fine.
Everything is all clear.
Meanwhile,
We love
you're
you
two
very
that are on
much.
patrol in the morning. Vehicles start coming into the industrial site. Shutters are going up. Workers are coming in.
Oh, to our. Oh no.
Why? Oh no,
Oh, I see.
more food.
Yeah.
You're in an abandoned
Oh, I
one
see.
building, but the buildings
Oh, okay.
around you, they're like only not for business.
Okay, that's fine.
In no industrial sites, they'll probably come in early in the morning, so like 6ish, when other people are just like waking up.
Yeah.
But there is activity, and people, I mean, they're not paying attention to your people who are walking around, but you notice like humans and vehicles and businesses.
Yeah, I think these ones are probably gonna be just prey. We've got no reason to want their brains, I guess.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If we devour the brain, can the brain bug control the empty body, basically?
No,
Damn.
it needs a brain.
There you go.
Damn.
And we don't benefit from brain eater if we use the brain bug, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like,
okay.
so like what you're doing. Well, I mean, no. If you eat them after you use the brain bug, that's fine, because the brain is still intact.
Okay, so basically brain bug first, then eat brain.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
the optimal way to do it. Or like you're
Yeah.
doing just now, you keep some as dedicated brain bugs and eat the rest.
Yeah.
So we munch. Here you go.
But you need a whole bunch of people to get your next one because you need to be 32.
All right. So how do we get our meals?
And at that point, you will be fucking massive.
Yeah, we'll be the size of a building. They'll need to nuke us.
Unless.
Unless we fragment. Or lay eggs.
Or we just figure out how to tone ourselves down. That's the thing. Is it?
As your
what?
as your spy sits down for breakfast with the family, the news comes on, and it's the news about an escaped beast from some experimental facility. And there's all these like rumors on TikTok and stuff like that speculating about what this is, and how this could not have been like a simple food research lab. This must have been some sort of government psyop or something like that.
Psyop, that's a new word.
Not sure what to make of it.
Yeah.
It's brain juice.
Yeah, well, we can watch the news for a bit just to kind of brush up what they're at least telling people about us, which isn't a lot, thankfully.
Yeah, so there is a citywide manhunt, for lack of a better word, to find this escaped creature, because it's highly dangerous and people are not to approach it. And when they're asked to describe what this creature looks like, there's a lot of kind of, well, at the moment we just know that it has killed a lot of people and is very dangerous and should not be approached. So if you see anything unusual or anything that seems out of place, you're to report it immediately.
Okay, that's good. So as long as they don't find us, like, we can stay in the clear.
The wife is like watching the news, like, arms folded. She's like, I hope they don't make you go in today. That is ridiculous after what you've been through.
They did
Yes, well.
say that they were going to send someone to check in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we can reassure the wife that, you know, they're just gonna send someone to check in on us, see how we're doing.
So are you just remaining hidden, keeping your guards on watch, and just letting this spy
Yes.
just go through the process?
Yes.
Everyone cool with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have breakfast, you get dressed, your kid goes off to school, you walk the dog. When your neighbour says hi to you, you know, says, "This is crazy, this thing I didn't use last night."
Yes,
Yeah,
this was crazy.
Indeed.
You come
Should
back.
make a pocket tickle.
Yep, you come back in. You're probably still wearing like your slippers. And then like two guys in suits ring the doorbell just as your wife is getting ready to go to work.
Okay, here we go.
So they sit down, so they immediately start asking you questions about, run us through exactly what happened last night. You don't need to give me a Bible here, just give me the gist of what you're telling them.
We were called to help someone who said they were injured, and then something attacked everyone.
While you're recounting this tale to them and they're just listening and taking notes, one of your guards, that's keeping an eye on things, they're approached by workers from an adjacent building. Hey buddy, what's going on? You've been loitering around out here all morning.
Oh, just walking. Stretching
Apologies.
legs.
Right, well I mean there's a lot of heavy vehicles going around here. You shouldn't just be like walking around like this. Are you working here somewhere? Are you lost?
No. I was inside.
Oh, we'll leave.
What are you saying, Rude?
Just going to say, no, just inside.
Okay, so like backing away as you're going, no, just inside. And the person like looks right around and it's like, in there? Why is the door open?
clue.
Is it just this one guy that's
Just this one
approached
guy.
us?
Yeah,
Or?
he starts like walking up to the door, and he just like pokes his head in.
Hey, the warehouse, you mean?
Yes, the one you're hiding in.
Oh, jeez. Do we just like club this guy and eat him, or?
Yeah?
Maybe we could just snatch him.
Okay, someone want to roll? As you just try to tentacle
Yeah.
grab him when he pokes in.
Can I roll?
Yes,
Is that
there you
okay?
go. Yeah.
Yeah. Love that this is happening at the same time that we are being interviewed. We're like having to divide our attention.
Back.
Do we get the mutation, surprise, and help from ally?
If you're using your clone, your minion to help in some way, yes.
We did get him to look into the building, so.
Oh, success now.
Alright, so yeah, he like leans in, pokes his head around your minion, just kind of like pushes him from behind, and he stumbles forward just as your tentacles come out from all the directions and like grab his wrists around his neck, seal his mouth now that you know that's a thing, and just like whisk him inside. What do you want to do? Laura, do you want to just devour his brain, or do you want to brain bug him?
How many do we have left of the brain bug?
You've got unlimited brain bugs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking
So
about
far, we've only got
n-
3.
We've only got 3 for the. Maybe we should just brain bug him and just keep him.
Okay, yeah, sure.
know?
You pull him in, and then he's like, and then you just like drop a brain bug into his ear, and it's like, and then you set him down gently, and he just like fixes his cap.
Right, and then he can just walk out.
So you know
and
that this
go about
is
his life.
you know this is Jerry. He works in the distribution company next door.
Nice.
He's been working there
Ooh,
for 12
distribution.
years. It was a friend of his, or a father of a friend of his, that got him the job. And
Okay,
he has
so-
he has a sick mom at home that he looks after.
Oh, okay, well that's irrelevant. So distribution company, what exactly do they distribute?
Anything like people just like hire them to transport things.
Oh, God. So here we have unlimited brain bugs, right? I've seen world domination by distributing our brain bugs.
Go on.
So wait. So we basically DSL our brain bugs across the world.
Yeah. Just open the box and
I mean, the brain
So,
bugs
let's
themselves,
do it.
bugs.
the brain bugs themselves can't do much though. They would open the box and they would just wiggle.
Oh damn.
Yes.
Now, if you took queen, and you can make eggs.
Yeah, okay. All right. Hey, there we go. The plan still works. We have an in at a distribution company. We just gotta make eggs.
Hold up. I'm now just imagining effectively we run a corporation and there's a board meeting and it's basically like this brainless guy with a stick smacking a graph and it basically is a painted line with eggs and an arrow up.
Yes, just as you can see, our profits are up. Yes, this is a good meeting.
Okay, so what do you want to do with Jerry? Your spy like passes like the interview. They get the sense that something's off, obviously, and you know that, but there's only so much you can kind of do. But
Yeah.
grand scheme of things, you know it doesn't matter too much.
I think we do the same thing with Jerry. Is he like, is he just a low-level guy? Is he kind of management, or?
He's experienced, but he's not too bright, so he's never really advanced too much, but he's happy with his lot in life.
Okay, does he have keys? Does he have keys to the doors and the lock, or the
Yeah,
gates?
obviously, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
We
Then,
did
yeah.
learn something, though.
Yeah?
And that having our guys patrol outside is not normal. So we should have
yes.
them come into the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Jerry is on his shift just now, so do you just want to send him back on into his workplace?
Yeah, and if he asks, he had us talk to those strange guys in that one warehouse, and they just left. Really strange chaps, but that was about it.
Really strange
Doesn't-
chaps,
doesn't
and the guy
give a-
looks at him, he's like, chaps? Dude, what the fuck have you been doing?
You know.
All clear.
Yeah. Just double thumbs up. All clear. Awkward smile. Just shows all teeth.
They're like, all right, okay, whatever, and they give you like a clipboard with like your schedule for the day. It's like, right, don't forget to sign in the app, Jerry. And as you're kind of walking away, the guy's shaking his head. He's like, fucking retard.
Perfect. No suspicion thrown our way. Yeah, so I think for the most part, our spies just kind of go about their lives as normal-ish, as far as the brains are aware.
Can we find the boss? Was this the boss?
No, he's not the boss. Oh, the one speaking
Can
to
we-
you? Yes, that was boss.
To the one that's speaking to me? Or
Yeah, the guy that was speaking to you and gave you your schedule and stuff. That would be the boss.
Yeah, the one that gave us the clipboard.
It's
and
a
all
small
that.
company.
okay.
Okay, so you got your two guys in there. You've got Jerry, who's now doing deliveries, I guess, unless you get him doing something else. And then you've got your medic spy, who has been given the day off to recover.
Okay. I had an idea about the boss, and you said the boss came in. We have the boss. I'm like,
I mean, you could use Jerry to
How many
blow the boss
workers?
over if you wanted, yeah. And
Okay.
no, I was just going to say, there's like a dozen people working in the company.
Okay. So, amoebas, listen. If we can get the boss, tell him to have a meeting in this warehouse, we'll have a banquet.
We can actually do something like that, but make it easier.
Ooh, what do
we
you
can
have?
have the boss.
Hmm?
I think it was interview one by one. Job performance review.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh my god,
It's
I
as if
love it.
trying to figure out the words
Let's do-
from the new memories.
Yeah.
My amoeba is incredibly excited and is hungry.
Yes.
So what? The amoebas are all talking. I'm like,
So- So you need to get the boss. So how do you want to get the boss?
How big are our brain bugs, and how obviously they can only wiggle around. We have to
They're tiny.
can we put them in a drink and have the humans drink it that way?
I mean,
Will
you
that
might
work?
notice it swimming around in the drink, but sure.
Damn.
I imagine it's more boss goes in for handshake and then says, "Oh, look over there," and throws it fucking ear.
that actually will work.
I mean, that could work.
I mean, time is
Yeah,
not.
maybe.
Time is somewhat of a constraint because obviously the city is looking for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do it. Come on, let's do it.
Ah.
So how do we contact him?
I mean, you could just phone. Jerry can phone him or just walk in there.
Perfect. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so Jerry walks back in, and the boss looks up. It's like, what is it, Jerry?
Performance review.
What? You're not. We don't need to do that just now. We can do that another time, Jerry.
Okay, there's something in here I need to show you. Something important.
Is there any witnesses to us right now?
No, it's just you and him.
Could force a brain bug into him now.
I don't think
Okay.
we're in the same location as the throne.
Or we could
so-
just say somebody is sick, just go, Jenny is sick,
Okay, sure. The boss.
You come and help.
Jenny. Who the fuck is Jenny?
She's the new HR person.
What the fuck are you talking about, Jerry?
Yeah,
Well,
just come over.
this woman is sick, so you need to come and see to her.
Like somebody hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, why didn't you fucking say so? Jesus Christ, Jerry.
Sorry.
Puts the chart down and gets up. The big overweight guy with like a big thick mustache and dark curly hair. You know, his ties kind of like half pulled down. And he's like waddling around the desk, and he's like, Jesus Christ, Jerry, right, come on, what's going on? And he's like pulling out his cell phone as he's following you.
We're going to have Jerry lead him to the building.
Yeah, and he waddles across the street following you. And he's like, he's got his cell phone in his hand ready to call 911 or something like that if he needs to. And he's like, so what happened, Jerry? What the fuck are you even doing over here?
There's been an accident. Someone was hurt.
Okay, you want to roll dice to lure him inside?
Does someone else want to roll the dice?
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Okay.
Oh,
Two.
You could have Glim or Griffin roll the dice because they haven't gotten to roll.
Yeah, on you
at
go,
all.
Glim. Yeah, roll.
yeah.
We need a mutation or just roll?
Your mutation, yes, because it's your tentacles you're grabbing them with. Ally, because you've got your Jerry there.
And surprise
And
/ unaware.
surprise, because he doesn't have a clue.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, you tell me what happens as you lure him in.
The guy's like, it's in there. Goes, what's in there? And then he goes in and just
Also,
snatch
just
him
like,
in there.
yeah, just like push him and he gets
Snatch
dragged
him
in. His
All right,
cell phone
brain bug.
clatters to the ground as you like pull him up with the tentacles and then drop the. Well, do you want to brain bug him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brain eater.
Yep, as you brain bug him. Well, I mean, if you eat his brain, you can't bug his brain, so.
Oh, right. So we get the brain
Well,
out and-
we brain bug first, then eat brain after.
Yeah, when you're
Yeah.
finished
Yeah,
with.
but we want to have him lure people in because he's the boss. So if he lures
Yeah.
people in, we can get more.
Yeah, that's the
So-
point.
That's why we want to brain bug him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you now got Jerry,
in.
you have Arnold, who's the manager. Your
Okay,
two
good, let's keep it
nameless,
track.
your two nameless minions that are on guard, and you've still got your medic, who's sat at home in front
Alright.
of the television.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How do we do this?
Let's see. Does he have a tannoy? And the one of those.
Oh, what about his
speaker things?
memories?
Well, I mean, he has knowledge of like all of the staff there. He took
Can
Jerry on
he-
as like a pity for his friend.
Can
Oh,
he just
jeez.
put us? Can he not put like a sort of staff email out, basically saying that everyone has an appointment today for
Yes,
like
you could
10
certainly-
minutes for staff
yep.
review?
Yeah.
He could calmly
A
lean
staff
down, pick up
review.
his cell phone that he dropped, wipe it off, and he could like text or call all the staff members if he wants.
Question:
Just-
does he know what type of building we're in? Like what it was supposed to be for?
But yes, it used to be a glue factory back in the day.
Hilarious.
Tell me, what's in this warehouse?
There's nothing else here just now.
Is there a desk?
There may be there's not a desk. There may be some like pallets lying at the side somewhere.
Because
Okay,
I
so,
realize
well, we-
having them come here may be odd.
Yes.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
but what we do is like a sort of
But,
the faculty thing where we just like take them one at a time every 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, the
then
performance
just put
studios,
it-
like we said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you take one of our walls and get get some kind of desk or so? That'd be too much.
Well, I mean, you could just go back into the business that you own and do it there.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah,
just do
a desk and a
that.
small lamp, and we're gonna put it kind of ways because we're gonna need them close, and we turn off the light.
But why?
Then again, they're gonna see us.
So,
She wants that.
what? Still morning. What's the idea here then? Because Jerry and Arnold can go back to the building and lure
Yeah.
people in, but obviously your monster is here
Yeah.
in the warehouse.
Yeah, and we can turn invisible, but only if we stay still. So if we manage to find a place in their building,
Well, I mean, you're not invisible.
It'll
You're
be easier.
camouflaged. So if you're in the middle of the
Well,
street,
yeah.
you're still a big lump in the middle of the street, even though you're the same
Yeah,
color as the
that's- yeah.
tarmac.
yeah,
That's why I
fine.
said we stay in the warehouse, and everyone that comes to the warehouse to get evaluated, we just zip.
And we just get Jerry and the other guy to just put it, the bug in them. Is that not what we do?
Yeah, I mean, they could try that. They're not as powerful as
Yeah.
you, obviously.
Yeah. So there's a chance for an escape, which we definitely don't
Oh.
want.
Okay, that's true.
So the best thing
Can
is
we
for
go
us
to the vents?
personally to.
I think you're too big for vents now.
Oh
Alright.
no.
They're very
Okay.
large.
Can't
Yeah,
even,
we're much.
yeah, can't even
Yeah.
compress. Even if we tried to compress, yeah, we're still a lot of muscle.
Well, you're tentacles now. You're not even muscle. You're just.
Yeah.
That means that this warehouse is going to keep getting bigger and bust.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not.
It is a
We're not
pretty
that big
sizable
yet. But,
warehouse.
Yes.
yeah.
We got lucky in picking this spot. We can stay
Okay,
here
then,
for a while.
Can
Yeah.
we commence the idea, or
Yeah, we definitely want to lure at least. Let's focus on like management, like the upper management of the company.
There's a small company. There's only 12 employees. There's just like the boss and
Oh.
then the delivery guys,
Okay.
the drivers.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, just spend the day luring one at a time. And instead of going to the office, we'll be like, well, let's just do it over here in this warehouse.
that's why I said to bring a desk or something.
I mean,
Well,
what's
I mean,
the
so
desk,
far
what
it's
does the
worked on
desk
the-
matter though? Because when they poke their head in, you're grabbing them.
Yeah, we just grab them and brain bug them.
Okay.
There's no point.
I mean, that'd be even odder if they they put their head in and there's like a crappy lamp in the desk in the corner, and
desk,
you're like,
yeah.
what the fuck is that doing here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just have them
no matter
walk
what,
the
they're gonna.
talk.
No matter what, they're gonna think it's odd. But like as long as we don't give them a reason to suspect too much, they'll do what the other two humans have done so far: poke their head in, and we snatch them and bug them.
They will listen
Okay.
to their boss because
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah.
like boss man is boss for a reason.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
then.
we'll
Let's-
just
let's-
yeah.
That's true.
Okay,
As
so
long as
All right.
we just have them walk and talk,
Yeah.
they won't suspect anything.
let's have one
Alright.
person make one roll just to account for doing these people one by one over the course of the day.
Shall I?
Should we have
Yeah.
Griffin?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
You haven't rolled in a while.
Are we doing? So definitely mutation. Definitely unaware. I guess we've got them outnumbered.
Yeah, you've got the minimum, you've got the allies now. And that's just going to
Yeah.
get more and more as it goes on.
Yeah.
Yay!
Could not fail.
Fuck
By the end
yes!
of the working day, you have Arnold, the manager, and his 12 employees, which includes Jerry, all brain
yes.
bugged.
Amazing.
So you have 15 under your control in total.
At this
Nice.
point, I think we can have them act fairly normal compared
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Because we have
Yeah,
enough
just let
brains
them
where
do
we
work.
understand normal behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get another
now we
mutation, or
can-
just
Well, we've only brain bugged them. We haven't eaten them yet. We actually
Oh.
want them to stay bugged for at least a little bit. Until their usefulness has run its course. But now we have a distribution company.
Effectively,
At
yes.
this point, it's almost like Billy and Mandy, the Voltaire thing.
I
Pretty good.
suggest that they then start calling their families, and then that means that we
Damn.
can then just like
Hey,
you know have
work is
them
having party.
brainwashed.
Body snatcher.
Come on by.
We should not have so many people at once. They don't all need to know when to come. It's just we could have one bring their family at a time underneath the guise of bring your family to work day or something.
Yeah, that
Something,
actually-
yeah.
Right, so do you want to do
Yeah,
anything with your
okay.
medic guy who's still off on his own, or is he just acting normal?
See, he's our way into like infiltrating the people that are hunting us. So
Yeah, when he goes back to work.
yeah. So yeah, he's laying low until he goes back to work, and then maybe we can figure out how to.
Okay,
At the
so
very least, he can.
while you're
spy.
spending the day doing this, do you want to have your medic guy, let's call him Eric, do you want to have him calling his co-workers, the ones that didn't get munched, to like find out what's
Yeah,
happening?
yeah.
Do you want him to call his boss to say he's fine and he can come back to work today, so he gets in the mix quicker, or do you want to let it just kind of be more subtle and just wait out?
definitely call boss, tell him we're okay. And then, depending on his answer I think regardless of his answer to that, call other coworkers that weren't killed under the guise of like, hey, it really sucks. I'm worried. I kind of just keep me in the loop, guys.
Okay, Swindle, make a roll. You don't have allies,
Please. Yeah.
but they are
Mutation
unaware.
used. Okay. Fair enough. Oh my lord.
I'm
Yeah.
scared about the rolling.
Right, okay, so yeah, he's going to pass all that. They don't suspect a thing, and they give him information. They're saying that this is like top priority. They're really terrified. There's a whole bunch of people that's gone missing now. They suspect they've all been killed, and that there might be some pathogen involved that's kind of like jumping from person to person. And it's only a matter of time before it all goes public and panic starts in the city.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to panic. People acting crazy, easier to pick off one by one.
What are we gonna say? Tell one like, hurry, quick, come to this warehouse.
Yeah, so what's So obviously, the end goal is destroy humanity, eat as much as possible. So
sure.
Where do we go now in kind of like bigger incremental steps?
Oh gosh.
I wonder, how big are these brain bugs?
Like little worms, less than your finger.
Yeah.
New weight loss machine.
Just follow this bug.
No.
Ectoskeleton.
If we had a way to put our little spawns into medicine, maybe we could use that to spread our influence?
Maybe, but like he said, the worms can't really infect on their own. They have to be like placed deliberately.
Yeah, to be effective, really, they need to be administered.
So
Yes.
but he said, if we have the eggs mutation, we can then they could just spawn on their own and be a little bit more physically capable.
But as medicine, people take medicine on their own.
Right, but do you think they're going to open the jar and swallow a worm?
Yeah. Also,
unless
make the
payment is very like
in the medicine, like the little capsule things.
Yeah, but
that's going to be that could work, but also a very high chance of being discovered.
Yeah.
Or just put them in cans.
They had it in the panorama, maybe like a jumping bean, start moving around.
Yeah.
Shapes
Eventually someone will probably like break it or open it and be like, oh shit, there's a worm in this. And that would blow our cover.
That is
so obviously the goal is to infect as many human beings as possible and consume them. But right now we need to do it in a very subtle way and keep them off our trail.
What do you have in mind?
Well, we need, like they said, the eggs would help us out because then we could distribute our eggs all over thanks to our new company.
Well, the things that hatch out eggs aren't worms, they are little U's.
Yeah, so miniature versions of us, which would actually have access to their own brain bugs.
Yes, because they would have all your mutations.
And we could set up our own nests elsewhere. So at that point, it wouldn't matter what happens to us because we'd be everywhere.
Okay, so we want to like eat all the people now or just?
No, we need to eat. Yeah, we need to eat other people. That way the ones we have can run our distribution.
If you ate all 15 right now, plus another one, you would get your next mutation.
True, but we want to cover some.
Right, so what do you want to do? That's the next step, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so the idea of and your family work day is a thing.
Okay, so the next day, everybody goes home, they sit, do the same kind of thing that your Eric guy did. And they're like, oh yes, tomorrow is bring your family at work day, and most of them, the partner, the spouse, would be like, we can't just go tomorrow. I got work, just the kids got school, etc.
Okay. I'll get home, then yeah.
I will lose my job if you
No.
don't go.
No.
Laura, why didn't you make a roll for
Oh.
me? This is just like trying to convince the families to come in the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're unaware you have your mutation, but you don't have any other advantages. And it's difficult. Yeah, so most of them are going to come in. But this is going to be the part in Body Snatchers where people, start going online and saying, my son is different, or my husband isn't him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there is something strange with him, but it looks like him, but it's not really him.
Yeah.
So we're going to bump your heat up by 1.
Yeah, that's fair. Which, to be fair, we've done a lot with, and have only just now gotten to Heat 2 as a menace. So
So,
we're
So
good
one of
progress.
One of these guys, what was it, Jerry?
Jerry, yeah.
He had a sick mother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one's gonna miss her.
I'm sure she'll be super easy to get a worm into. So we just, send Jerry a
Exactly.
gift. We send Jerry
why
a
the
home
worm?
with a
Jerry,
gift.
your boss invited us in for dinner. That's so nice of him.
Why do we want to brainworm the person? Just devour them.
She comes in and
Yeah.
he wheels her in a wheelchair. Just like wheels her right into
She's
the
got a
warehouse.
Zimmer frame. She's just like.
Directly to the wheel.
Wheels her
Just
right
gives her
in.
we
one
commence
little
plan?
push. One little push, and she just right towards us.
Okay, so we commencing plan.
Yeah, so how many of these people in their families do you want to eat? So there was like, what,
All
15 people, probably 2 family members apiece, if we average it out.
One from each. Yeah, can go missing. Surely.
I don't know.
I think the time to strike is now.
Too
I
many.
feel like
missing-
we need to just get rid of them all.
Well,
No, because
yeah,
they have work.
And Rude, you're saying
yeah.
too many people is 2 of us.
Too many missing.
I hate to say
Yeah,
this.
that's
What happens?
true.
I think we could figure out which ones won't be missed and which ones, if we do go missing, would raise suspicion. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we
fair.
could keep having.
Yeah.
It would be harder to find excuses to lure people here,
Definitely.
but we could still keep having them come, especially these with the older children. Abandoned warehouse, dares, we can slowly spread our influence amongst those.
Wait. Some of them going to college?
Well, hang on. Give me a roll first to see how successful you are at capturing all the family members. Because I'm assuming you want to brain bug them all, and then the ones that aren't necessarily going to be that useful you might want to eat.
Yeah, then we eat them. Yeah.
But we need to see if any escape. So if you want to roll that, Rude.
What do we have for check boxes?
Okay, well, they're outnumbered, they are unaware, and you have your mutation. I would say difficult just because it's a lot of people.
So basically,
we are
all the
kind of
boxes.
Everything, yeah.
Nice.
No problem.
baby.
Not one
Everything
escapes.
goes according to what?
Not a single one escapes.
Okay, I was about to say.
I like this. This is fun.
So we're talking about 45 people at the moment.
Oh, delicious.
Do you want to eat, what is it, 16 to
Yeah.
level up?
Yes.
If we think we could eat that many without raising suspicion. If
Yeah, I mean, you could pick off
Uh-huh.
the ones that are stuck at home sick, or
Like,
don't have a lot of
yes,
friends,
he's
or
going to college.
ones that are just single.
He's-
yeah.
Yeah, he's single.
For sure.
His
the
family's
college
dead.
ones might actually be useful because not pranks, dares, pranks,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Right, so bump the humans devoured up to 32.
Jesus
Bump
Christ.
your health up to, it'll be 33, I think.
No, 32 because we're. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it is
Because you
33,
ate
yeah.
the extra guy, it's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we're
and
back up
then
to full.
what is your next mutation?
The flying.
Vote. You just talked about it.
I think Queen. I genuinely think
Queen.
Queen. Like
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
That's what our playstyle is. I don't think suddenly developing wings would help us.
Yeah, so after a few days
I know.
incubating in
It's
a
so
damp,
funny.
dark environment, your hatchlings will hatch size 1, just like how you started out, but they have all the mutations that you have.
So they start with tentacles and
Rain
eyes.
bugs and rain eater and all that, yeah.
Yes.
I am.
Oh my
I can't
goodness.
talk.
It's and then we because we have the distribution, we start putting eggs in boxes, or at least in like cold, damp containers or whatever that they need, and then we ship them to random locations with our thralls.
And we could slowly spread our influence with brain bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They start with those. They didn't have to work for it like we do, so they'll have an advantage
All the while,
over us.
all the while, are you just planning to stay here in this warehouse, secluded and
The other
hidden?
option we have is fragmentation.
And that'll be the next step.
Because the fragmentation is basically still us. And we
But
could do something similar. The only advantage to fragmentation over Queen is that we can recombine.
Because
Yeah,
your
but I mean,
eggs
like,
will not like grow until they've eaten people.
Yeah.
Because fragmentation depends on how much you split yourself by. You're splitting your size by at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we can always recombine to gain all the benefits from the fragmentation.
I need to start wrapping it up, so I just kind of want to know, yeah, what the plan is overall here, and then we just have a couple of rolls to see how well it goes.
I mean, yeah. If anything, we could do fragmentation now, and then like our very next mutation could be Queen, and then like we can end it on like, oh, these boxes shipping all over the world or whatever, at least all over the country, and then the world.
So, I mean, if you split fragmentation equally between all the players right now, you would all be a monster with 6. Yeah, size 6 to begin with, I think. No, it's
We
+1, so
keep all our
size 7
mutation.
maybe. You would have, yeah,
Do we
you keep
still
all the
retain our
mutations.
hive mind?
You're in communication with each other, but you become your own entities, which is when you would use your individual character sheets.
Okay.
Okay.
Just leave monster as it is, and then own your own individual one. Just change the humans devoured so that you're a size 7. And you'll have 2 heat, because you have the same heat.
Wait, so 7 humans devoured, and then
No, 6
8?
humans devoured, because your size is how many you've devoured
Okay.
+1.
Right, that's right. And then no heat, no threat,
Well,
or
you have 2 heat, because it's just heat in
Okay.
general at the moment. But
Right,
from
right.
then on, you would have your individual heats, yes, as it goes up.
So 7 humans devoured. How
6.
much health?
6 humans.
6 health.
And then your health,
6.
yes, and then your health will be the same as your size.
Okay. What, you said 7 humans devoured?
No, it's 6. I was forgetting it has +1 on the size thing.
and we still have like all the mutations though as
Yes,
fragmented,
you're
right?
just splitting your body into different parts. You still got the same stuff. I mean, you could, instead of being here and, well, there's no longer any point in just all of you staying here in one location, you could go out into different nests, or whatever you want to call it, and just start to grow and do your own networks individually from there.
Yeah, we're swarming.
It's going to become the monster version of Shadowrun. With their own corporations.
Yeah, you're all your own, like,
Oh god.
fixer to start with.
we're the dragons with our own corporations.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Amazing.
Splitting's not a problem. You know, someone give me actually, everyone give me a roll. And this is just for you kind of taking your couple of minions, finding a good spot, and kind of setting yourself up there.
Do we count
Mutation?
using our mutation?
Your mutation does work, yes.
Do we get help
That's it?
from the ally?
How many people? Yes, because you have plenty of minions left.
Oh, fuck's sakes, of course. I'm the
And
one
I
that gets
take it
nuked.
Alright,
I
so
take it that we don't have the other two, though.
Yeah.
I think what we are doing is tracking heat just as a single entity.
He's
So
on
this is going to go
fire.
up 3. I love how Swindle's the only
Great.
one that completely failed.
I don't. This is why I was terrified of rolling.
Heat 3.
I like the idea.
Heat
Swindle, you just-
4. Sorry, there you go.
I just like the idea Swindle just decides, like, oh, I'm going to set up in the middle of the police station.
Like,
Yeah,
oh my
they'll never
God.
suspect.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
this
Why are
is-
you guys pointing guns at me?
This is the last place they'll ever look.
Fuck's sakes!
Ah!
Why do I get the walkie? Why do I get the walkie?
So,
monster?
Swindle, not to give you even more airtime than you've taken already, but where do you go to set up then that ends up being a catastrophe?
Fucking hilariously, probably Roswell, New Mexico. Hilariously,
Right, okay.
you just think of an alien.
Sure. So while trying to leave the city, you and your minions are stopped at a roadblock. And the sniffer dogs come out and start barking at the vehicle. They surround the vehicle with armed guards and pull open the doors. Then what do you do?
I mean, if it's just my tentacle mass out there, then yeah, I might as well
Well,
just.
it'll be you and a couple of the minions, I imagine, you've taken with you to like drive the car and stuff.
Yeah. Is there like solid barrier blocking the car from going forward, or
Yes, it'll be a roadblock.
yeah? Is there any avenue of escape?
Yeah, I mean,
No matter what, I'm going to lash out.
If you can get
attack,
past
but-
the guards and the dogs, you can like run off into the woods.
Yeah, no. I'll just have.
You
Yeah,
could, or you could
I'll
just
have
back
my.
the car up or drive the car forward, try to smash through them.
Nah, I'll just have my guys get out and like pretend to comply, and then just quickly like try to run it as a distraction. If the guys are opening up like the rest of the car and it's just this blob of tentacles, then yeah, I'm lashing out, grabbing somebody, and then darting for like the nearest.
Okay, so you're going
Here's
to
hiding
roll
place.
to see if you get away or you get shredded by bullets. And everyone else, you can just like think about and then tell me where you set up.
Wait. Let's see, mutation used. I'm gonna take a guess and say they're not surprised. Do I get help from allies because they're running as distraction,
Yeah,
sort
sure.
of? Is it difficult because I'm outnumbered?
Yes, it's difficult.
Unbelievable. When the dice are stacked against me, I
Your
succeed.
minions are like guns down, but
Yeah.
they're an adequate distraction as you kind of just like slip out and I'm not even sure what the descriptor is for the movement with tentacles that way, but you know what I mean, you're stretching out and pulling yourself along.
Yeah.
Like you snatch a couple of people and fling them up in the air as a kind of distraction as well as you like head off to into the woods, and you're just like an orangutan through the trees, just at speed that you just can't
Yeah.
possibly keep up at.
There we go.
Firmly discovered though.
Yeah.
Laura, I mean, you get set yours up. Some people will just be kind of suspicious about what's going on with your minions wherever it is you choose to set up, which is why the heat gets raised over there, but there's no like immediate consequence to it.
Okay.
So what kind of place would you set up in?
I was thinking about like maybe some abandoned warehouse.
Okay, so similar to what you had before, just in a different
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're the one person who stays in the same area, I don't know.
No, I would just like be in what's called a sort of abandoned near the sort of a river, an abandoned warehouse.
Okay,
There.
sure. What about you, Glim? Where do you set up?
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can do this. So at first, I wanted to get sent, storage unit. But then, a shakedown happens, it gets robbed and all that. And then I get pretty much into a nightclub.
Okay.
And this is even, oh yeah, it gets crazier. Nightclub, I infect the owner. Then he somehow dumps me out all on the dance floor. I just eat everybody. Is that a thing I can do? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes, that's what you can do. You rolled for it, so you succeeded. What about you, Calum?
I'm trying to decide what I want to set up in, and part of, because imagine we don't really get that far, right? Like it's still within like a city range. Like we're not terribly far from each other.
Yeah, and maybe you see what happens to Monstrous Swindle, and you just decide that leaving the city right away is a bad idea.
I feel mine wants to set up in a hospice or a mortuary of some sort.
Okay, where people aren't really going to be noticed going missing.
Yes. And
Or
you know, where there are already people that are going to die or dying.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to find a sort of a crematorium would be best.
Right, okay.
Where they incinerate the bodies to get rid of them. So like that's the vibe that my guy's starting to go
There
for.
you go.
And
A very
Yeah.
discreet sort of mode.
yes.
What about yours, Rudy?
Funny enough, I was already thinking along the same line as him, being like the morgue. But you know, let's go for a completely different angle. Let's try like a fast food place.
Right.
That's wrong.
That's hilarious.
So it is
Great.
literally what you wanted to do before with medicine, but you're doing it with fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that.
Vegan.
Okay, it becomes the most popular fast food joint in town very quickly because everyone that eats here is brain bugged and immediately leaves like 5-star reviews.
Oh my god, yeah.
Amazing.
So it's like
Enjoy our new soup.
what's that one in LA called that's super popular? But it'll be like that, you know, there's just like a 2-mile queue every day waiting to get there because it's so popular. And all that's happening is
Nice.
they're getting brain bugged.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, the reviews are fantastic. I can't wait.
And then from
Oh my
there,
God,
you'll
yes, it was
easily
fantastic.
be able to grow, consume, evolve your egg laying mutation, and then from there, world domination is a few steps away.
Yeah.
And your heat and threat level never really raised high enough to trigger like the National Guard coming or anything like that,
Fuck yeah.
despite Swindle's rules.
Okay. You know what? I tried.
So does that mean we kind of win at this?
Yes. Not the
Amazing.
city rampage I envisioned at the start, but yes, you would certainly.
We were a
Okay,
lot more stealthy.
You're much more body snatchers kind of vibe to it, yeah.
My part of my idea was to go and inhabit an maternity hospital and do Alien versus Predator.
Oh my god, you sicko!
Like that was the idea I had.
That shit fucked me up when I saw that. Oh my god. That was awful.
One
Ugh.
of my thralls had me on their head.
He's just over
Jane.
here having a party,
Yep.
occasionally eating people. Like what?
Again, the best nightclub in town, 5-star reviews all
Yeah.
around. 24/7 party. People walk in and never leave one.
Yeah,
That's how good the party is.
exactly. Ironically, it's called the Hotel California.
It's just that's
Yeah.
because everyone's favorite song's that, so we've
Yeah,
actually accidentally, ironically
Oh my
called it
god!
that.
I just made Blood Rave.
Yeah. Oh yeah, from Blade. Yeah,
Sprinklers come out.
yeah, that's so freaking hilarious.
That is I Am Monster.
That was fun. That was awesome.
It's a very interesting system.
That definitely
Yeah.
felt like Carrion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It was good.
Despite Swindle's rolls at the beginning, almost like
I had like 3 rolls that were like full success, and everything else was just shit.
I think as
Like-
usual, you got the ones that would have ended with like actual consequences, like getting shot or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I was thinking
I-
about like,
I
wouldn't it be
can't-
funny to be,
I can't get over like one of our first fails when we're trying to stuff the woman's body in the vent, and our security guard just catches us.
You're
We're
just like middle of pushing it in,
several
and then
different
he
eyes.
steps out, and you just turn and look at him mid, like pushing the
Just-
body in.
this meat blob with like multiple eyes just slowly turns like.
If you had a mouth at that point, you could have been like, "Officer, I don't know what's happening here." That's not what it looks like.
So
We
didn't
shrug.
know what was happening.
Dude, mimicry and like cloning, like those kind of mutations were absolutely would have been like my picks. Like I love that shit.
Well, then you're
Yeah.
the
Especially the
thing.
mimicking one.
Then you're the thing. So
Freak.
yeah.
Yeah. Which is ironic because I fucking hate the thing.
What?
Oh no. No need
I mean,
that.
dogs would have been
beg your
safe
pardon?
from me. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna say
Excuse you?
good game because I need to go.
Yeah,
because
it's getting
it's
late for
11
now.
o'clock.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I just thought,
Yeah.
like, wouldn't it be funny if I did a whole like club? I'm like, let's try it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm like taking over the wilderness, hiding. I don't even make it to an urban center.
I was surprised you didn't go for the mouth very early.
Yeah, I think we were like trying to take it slow and like build up our senses, and then it was like, all right, now we really need some utility. And then
And then with brain bugs, brain eater just came off as
yeah,
way too
it just
good.
spiraled. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
do like the
once we
fact that
got to
Brainiac
certain
is
like
almost
niches,
something you're always going to want to go for. I think it's just too good.
yeah,
That was just a lovely
especially brain
power creep
eater.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Surprised we didn't
Yeah,
take any.
oh, man.
I'm happy that we didn't take any combat types. We were just on the mission, just infect.
I mean, we sort of were going for combat stuff, but yeah, we were definitely trying to take it slow.
No,
and
I mean, if
like,
you go for combat stuff, you're going for
role-playing
like
a learning
carnage and
creature.
limbs right away, and then you take like the
Yeah.
exoskeleton and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can
Well,
like
I mean,
claws,
if anything else, we
harpoons,
also
venom.
could have took claws for tentacles. Yeah.
Yeah. Because claws can also be big pincers like a crab.
Yeah. Or just
Location.
bladed tentacles. Bloodhound would have been another one. I would have gone for like all the sensory ones at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But,
you could just go ears and
No, that was still
echolocation,
fun.
just miss out eyes completely, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't...
Although I would feel bad because then all of our screens would be black.
Well, no, I was going to, because you can do like different vision modes on this.
Oh yeah.
You know, you had it before when you were the goblin, it was kind of grayed out because it's supposed to be night vision. So there's other ones you can have, and it's like different tints. So it was just going to be like that. Because you
nice.
with
Yeah,
echolocation, you would know the 3-dimensional layout around you. You just don't
Yeah.
obviously don't see it in color or anything like that.
Wish you all the
That's
best.
fair. That's fair.
I'll have a good day.
Yeah, I need to go off as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
That was
That's
fun.
fun. Thanks for
Good
coming,
game.
guys.
That was fun, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.